Retail sales report. Aikens, we're closer, bigger, and sell more Fords than you think.
Hey Braves fans, spring and warm weather are officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow Exterminators protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Atlanta Braves, so you know that you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
Forget something for your project? We've got you. At HomeDepot.com, get fast, free delivery on millions of items for whatever you're working on, same day or next day. We bring what you need, and you bring it to life. Get fast, free delivery only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select in-stock items by 4 p.m., subject to availability.
It's rolling. That jackpot's rolling.
Got yourself a scratcher that didn't win? Well, my friend, it still could, because now all non-winning scratchers can be entered to win the Rollin' Jackpot, which grows and grows.
That jackpot's rolling.
The Rollin' Jackpot, another way to win from the Georgia Lottery. Learn more and enter at galottery.com. Play responsibly.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Whatever your passion, South College can help you succeed doing something you truly love. For me, that's surgical technology. Surgical technologists are vital to surgeons and an essential part of the surgical team. The South College Associate of Science in Surgical Technology program is designed to provide students with training to help care for patients, prepare surgical supplies, maintain aseptic conditions before and during surgery, and assist surgeons during surgical procedures. To find out more about South College's Atlanta or Marietta campus, visit south.edu. South College, where dreams find direction.
Welcome back to Fort Myers Lee Health Sports Park for another edition of Atlanta Braves Spring Training Baseball. The lineup cards are being traded at home plate as we speak. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our starting lineups on this beautiful Friday evening. First, for the visiting Atlanta Braves, 9-2 so far in Grapefruit League play, with a tie mixed in there as well. And leading off and at shortstop, it's Jorge Mateo. Batting second and playing first base, homered for the first time this spring yesterday, Dom Smith. Batting third and behind the plate, Jonah Heim. Batting fifth and at designated hitter, designated hitter Brewer Hicklin. Batting fifth and at third base, Kyle Farmer. Batting sixth and in right field, Deshaun Kiersey Jr. Batting seventh and in left field, Luke Williams. Batting eighth and manning second base, Aaron Schunk. And batting ninth in center field, Jose Azocar. So one more time for the Braves, it's Mateo, Smith, Heim, Hicklin, Farmer, Kiersey Jr., Williams, Schunk, and Azocar. With Ronaldo Lopez on the mound, 5 scoreless innings across his first 2 starts. He makes his third tonight. Now for the Minnesota Twins, 3-8-1 this spring training. The Twins led by first-year manager Derek Shelton. And a look at the home starting lineup. Leading off and in center field, Alan Roden. Batting second and playing third base, Royce Lewis. Batting third and at first, Josh Bell. Batting fourth and in right field, Trevor Larnach. Batting fifth and behind the plate, Ryan Jeffers. Batting sixth and doing the DH tonight, Matt Wallner. Batting seventh and at second base, Cody Clemens. Batting eighth and at shortstop, old friend Orlando Arcia. And batting ninth and manning left field, Austin Martin. So one more time for the Twins, it's Roden, Lewis, Bell, Larnach, Jeffers, Wallner, Clemens, Arcia, and Martin. And our pitching matchup, as we said, Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves, and Bailey Ober making his spring training debut after working through some hip pain. A look at the leather as well for the Twins rather. Ryan Jeffers at catcher, Josh Bell at first, Cody Clemens at second, his double play partner Orlando Arcia, and at third base Royce Lewis. In the outfield from left to right, Austin Martin, Alan Roden, and Trevor Larnach. And finally, our umpiring crew, Derek Thomas calling the balls and strikes, Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, making the calls at first, Brian O'Nora at second, and John Libka in the rocking chair at third. And as Bailey Ober warms up, we'll send it over to Ben Ingram for play-by-play tonight. It's Braves and Twins from Fort Myers.
Thank you, Wiley. Yeah, just a gorgeous night under the lights here in Fort Myers, and taking a peek at the Twins for the third time this spring. You mentioned Bailey Ober. He's a whopper, 6'9", 260 from Charlotte, North Carolina, 30 years old. And like you mentioned, this is his spring debut. And with the hip that had been bothering him, and then another question I'm sure lots of pitchers have asked themselves this time this year, he said he got down here and he said, "Where is my stuff?" He couldn't hit a fastball higher than 90-91. Secondary stuff just wasn't there. Probably a pretty common issue for pitchers this time of year. But a deep arsenal, fastball, change, a slider. He can sweep it. He can cut it. He's got a curveball. He can sink it as well. And he's out there for the first time this year. He'll face Mateo, Smith, and Heim. Braves coming out of the first base dugout wearing their navy blue uniform tops, gray pants, red lettering, red numerals outlined in white, and Atlanta across the chest on top of the tomahawk. The Twins wearing their home white tops and white pants, red lettering on the front with navy numerals. On the back, the reverse of that, with navy lettering and red numerals. Twins across the chest of those white uniforms. Little breeze out towards center, right center, as the flags are slightly blowing about 5 to 8 miles an hour towards right center field. And we'll see how that comes into play this evening. Entire infield is covered in shade. Still a little bit of sunshine out in the outfield. Jorge Mateo, the shortstop, climbs in. He's ready, so is Ober. And now for the ball game. The first pitch swung on and missed. Starting up at 6:04 Eastern Time and 78 degrees here in Fort Myers, spring training home of the Twins. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. And a fly ball down the left field line. That'll arc its way towards foul territory just beyond the Twins' bullpen. And it's an 0-2 count on Mateo. So Bailey Ober going into what will be his 6th season in the big leagues. And the previous 5 have all been with the Twins. 0-2 pitch on the way. And Mateo with another pop-up, maybe playable, down the left field line. The trio of Arcia, Martin, and Lewis in the neighborhood. And right up against the line, Austin Martin makes the catch. And one down here in the first inning. Bad in the hands of Dominic Smith. He hit a bomb yesterday. Hit a 2-run home run in that victory over the Blue Jays. And he climbs in here, getting a look at Bailey Ober. For Ober, a season ago, a struggle. 6-9 with a 5.10 ERA. Made 27 starts for the Twins. Reach and a miss by Smith. Took something off there. No balls and a strike on Dominic Smith. Big 6'9" right-hander standing tall on the mound. Steps, kicks, and fires. 0-1, a little bit low, 1-1. For Ober last season, that record 6-9 and the 5.10 ERA. Definite slide from what he had experienced in 2024. His ERA in 2024 was 3.98. 1-1 to Smith. That'll be fouled off to our left and still a 1-2 count. So he moved from a 3.98 ERA in 2024 to a 5.10 ERA a year ago. And not the direction that he wanted, nor the Twins, as they had a rough season last year, posting just 70 wins. No score in the top of the first inning. Bases empty, 1 down for Dominic Smith. After Smith, it's Heim, and if anyone reaches, Hicklin. Ober steps and deals. 1-2, fouled back to our left again. And we'll do it again with a 1-2 count. Bailey Ober, originally drafted by the Twins back in 2017. He was a 12th round selection out of the College of Charleston. And in his big league career, a record of 31 wins and 30 losses. 1-2, missed a little bit low. Count of 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dominic Smith. He's had a strong spring. A couple of home runs already for this left-handed hitting veteran. He and Ober the exact same age, both 30 years old. 2-2. Just missed the outside corner with a fastball. No score in the top of the first inning. Smith awaits in the payoff pitch. And he'll tip that into the mid of the catcher, Ryan Jeffers, for strike 3.
You mentioned Ober looking for that fastball velocity. He hasn't thrown many of them, a lot of off speed so far in this first inning, but those that he has thrown have been right around 90, 91.
That's a definite drop from where he's expecting to be. But again, this is just his first spring outing. Offering on the way to Jonah Heim. There's a called strike. You know, it's interesting, Wiley. We get so geared toward looking at a radar gun and thinking it should be this or that at all times. And, you know, these guys are humans, too. I can't imagine getting out there first couple of starts and bringing your best fastball. There's a soft little pop-up. Ober is going to make the catch. The big 6'9" pitcher comes off the mound and makes the squeeze, calling off his third baseman, Royce Lewis. So Heim pops out, and that's a 1-2-3 first inning. So a half inning in the books. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Braves nothing, and the Twins coming up when we come back.
Hey guys, it's Ben Ingram. Have you noticed cracks in your walls or around your doors or windows? Or how about cracks in your bricks outside? That means it's time to pick up the phone and call the only foundation repair company in Atlanta with professional engineers on staff. Engineered Solutions of Georgia. They offer lifetime warranties from trusted professionals who will fix it right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 678-ESOG now.
Dial 678-ESOG now.
Napa has the parts and the expertise to help your business stay ahead of the game. That's why Napa is a proud partner of the 2025 Atlanta Braves. Two legends driven to win from the field to the open road. While Napa is powering fleets and garages across the country, the Braves are delivering pennants, MVPs, and championships. So no matter the size of your business, Napa are the pros that know how to keep you moving at full speed.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia's Own Credit Union can help. Open an all-access checking account for Georgia's Own, and you'll get access to more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide. And get paid up to 2 days early. Best of all, for a limited time, earn a welcome bonus when you open a new all-access checking account. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm proud to be one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA. Restrictions apply. Visit georgiasown.org for complete details.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at braves.com/promos.
It is great to be with you tonight. Braves and Twins from Fort Myers alongside Wiley Ballard. Ben Ingram here with you. No score into the bottom of the first inning. Reynaldo Lopez on the mound. Here's his first pitch, and a big chopper off the bat of Alan Roden. At Kangaroos out there to Aaron Schunk. He's got it in a 4-3 putout. One pitch into the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring Royce Lewis to the plate, who'll be followed by Josh Bell. Here's the leather for Atlanta. Dominic Smith is at first base. Aaron Schunk is at second. Jorge Mateo, the shortstop, and Kyle Farmer, a former Twin, is at third base for the Braves tonight. In the outfield for Atlanta, Luke Williams is patrolling left field. Jose Azocar, man center, and Deshaun Kiersey Jr. roaming right field. Catcher is Jonah Heim, and on the mound, the right-handed veteran Reynaldo Lopez. Ray is 32 years old, 6'1", 225, and he's out of the Dominican Republic. And so far, a very strong spring for Reynaldo Lopez. He'll go to work against Royce Lewis. Fastball pops the mitt. That's in for a called strike. Lopez, fastball, slider, curve, and a change. And when he's really at his best, fastball, slider play so well off of each other. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Royce Lewis in a right-on-right matchup. And Lewis hits a bottle rocket on the infield. Drifting back into shallow center, the second baseman, Schunk. He'll be caught off by the shortstop, Mateo. And a pop out for the second out here in the first inning. Yeah, Wiley, talking about Reynaldo Lopez, you mentioned those 5 scoreless innings, and doing so without pain. That's the key.
And again, with the shoulder, the arthroscopic surgery, made just one start last year, and he wasn't really ruled out for the season until September. The hope was that pain would subside. We got to May, June, July, August, and ultimately did not pitch the rest of the year, but pain-free, that's the key.
2 down for Josh Bell. Switch hitter takes a ball high. I'd love to see him go back to what he was for the Braves in 2024. He was an all-star 2 years ago. Had a 1.99 ERA in 26 starts. 1-0 fastball, a little bit low and outside. As it stands now, In case you're wondering how hard Reynaldo is throwing, we do not know. They don't have the gun displayed on the video board in left field. There's the 2-0 pitch. Ball a little bit low and outside, but if that changes, we'll pass that along. In fact, they have a designated spot for exit velocity and launch angle, and it's been stuck on the same metrics since they said play ball. That might be a reading from the other day. Who knows? There's the 3-0 pitch on the way from Lopez to Josh Bell. Fastball is low for ball 4. 2-out walk to Bell. That'll bring Trevor Larnach up to the plate. Yeah, Lopez in that 2024 campaign, a record of 8-5. By the way, the Braves are going to challenge this. And heading back to the plate, Josh Bell. That was strike 1. So rather than it being a 4-pitch walk, it's now a 3-1 count on Josh Bell.
And for what it's worth, according to the MLB.com game day Gamecast, Ronaldo's touched 94 a couple of times in this first inning. That's a very good sign.
Very good. That sounds like a place where he'd want to be. So we got that on the Gamecast on the laptop. We just don't have it in the stadium. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way from Reynaldo. And there's a called strike.
Oh.
And Bell's going to challenge this. I think he's going to have himself a walk. All right, so back-to-back challenges. The Braves had the first one overturned. Now the Twins challenge, and this is ball 4. Bell, the big smile on his face, tosses the bat, heads down to first base. So now a 2-out walk, and here comes Trevor Larnach. Reynaldo Lopez going into his 11th season in the big leagues. A record of 47-54 for his career between Washington, Chicago, the White Sox, Angels, Guardians, and Braves. Larnach takes a ball low. Larnach, a left-handed hitter all the way. No score in the bottom of the first inning. Runner at first, 2 down. Lopez with a high Navy socks up to his knees. Drops his set just under the belt. 1-0 pitch. Larnach with a hard ground ball to second. Pass a diving Aaron Schunk, and it rolls through the grass in right center field. Down to second base for Bell. So a 2-out walk by Bell, then a single by Larnach. And the Twins have him at first and second for Jeffers. That was perfectly placed, just out of the reach of Aaron Schunk.
Between how hard it was hit and then Josh Bell, who brings other skills to the diamond besides foot speed, no way he was going to third.
Yeah, he was kind of acting as a roadblock, wasn't he? So here's Jeffers, right-handed hitter facing Lopez. Missed inside with the first pitch. Jeffers, a former second-round selection by the Twins in 2018 out of UNC Wilmington. Put together a pretty good career. This will be his 7th season with the Twins. 1-0, not his best swing there. Wiped out and a 1-1 count. Pretty good slider there by Lopez. Twins went down 1-2-3 in the top of the inning. Or rather, the Braves did. And here in the bottom of the inning, Twins with 2 up, 2 down. And then Lopez a walk and a single. 1-1 in for a called strike. Braves sent Mateo, Smith, and Heim to the plate. And none of them could reach. After Jeffers, it'll be Warner. But Lopez looking for out number 3 right here. See if he can finish with a strikeout. 1-2. A little bit low and outside. Count level, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sun continuing to set down the left field line. So the outfielder's just about in complete shade. All the infielders enjoying the shade. 2-2 to the plate. Little looper out towards shallow left. Going out now as Mateo can't get there. That splashes in. Bell running the entire way. He scores from second. And the soft flare into left field by Jeffers makes it 1-0 Twins.
That was put in just about the perfect spot. It was hit high enough where you thought Mateo or Williams might have a chance to make that play, but placed it perfectly between them and Josh Bell. Once he gets going, he can move a little bit.
That's right. Had to get that momentum downhill. They had the green light with 2 down in the inning, so they cash in that walk. Inning continues for Matt Warner. 6th Twin to the plate in the bottom of the first. Takes a fastball high. Now the first 2 outs came very quickly, a ground out by Roden and a pop out by Lewis. But since then, a walk to Bell and back-to-back singles from Larnach and Jeffers. One-0 from Lopez. That's popped up, spinning back our way, coming back to give it a peek now is Heim. He's at the railing. That lands on the first row. He needed just a couple more feet to make that squeeze and ran out of real estate.
He seemed surprised when his shin guards came in contact with the sidewall. He really felt like he had a chance at that one, and suddenly he was startled.
Yeah, that got to him quickly, didn't it? 1-1 on Wallner. He's the DH, left-handed hitter. Lopez fires the 1-1, and he misses low, 2 balls and a strike. All of a sudden turning into a lengthy inning for Lopez. Lopez set right at the belt. Rears back and brings a 2-1. There's a called strike. That time got his fastball over. So a few times Lopez has had the Twins down to their final strike, just has not been able to close the deal. See if he can do that right here. If Wallner reaches, then Clemens would come to the plate. Larnach at second, Jeffers at first. 1-0 Twins in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 to the plate. Got him swinging. Climbed the ladder with a fastball. They appeal, and confirming what we already knew, John Lipka says strike 3. So Lopez finishes off the first inning with a strikeout. Well, the Twins score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. We played 1. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Minnesota.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to stay with it, Emery's got your back, or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. Our sports medicine specialists treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play. That's the Emory difference. Make an appointment at emoryhealthcare.org/sports.
Hear that? That's the sound of a car rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The sound of another savvy driver getting an oil change from trained pros. The sound of not having to leave your car while we quickly change your oil. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
Okay, let's see. Spring brings...
Flowers.
Nope.
Oh, allergies.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, deals on the entire Toyota lineup at the Ready, Set, Go event.
Bingo.
Lease a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through March 31st, 2026. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.88 due at signing. No security deposit. With select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
We roll into the top of the second here in Fort Myers. Twins have a 1-0 lead on the Braves alongside Wiley Ballard and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Brewer Hicklin climbing in for the Braves. He'll lead it off. He's the DH tonight. Takes a ball high from Bailey Ober. And a 1-0 count on Hicklin. Hicklin, Farmer, and Kiersey for the Braves here in the top of the second. 1-0 pitch. Chase and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-on-right matchup, Ober and Hicklin. 1-1 foul back, 1-2. Third of 5 meetings between the Braves and the Twins this spring. Braves lost the first meeting, tied the second, and hoping for a win tonight. But Braves have been doing a lot of winning down here in the Grapefruit League. A record of 9-2-1, and also have a win in an exhibition game versus the Colombian national team. 1-2 pitch. Hicklin with a ground ball sharply to third. Gloved by Royce Lewis. Gathers and throws. And that's in time for the out. Hicklin went across the bag awkwardly. But I believe he's all right. Like his knee buckled on him when he went across the bag trying to leg it out. But 1 down here in the inning.
You know, Bailey Ober kind of reminds me of Chris Young, who's now running the Rangers, president of baseball operations, handling things for them. But he was 6'10", and the velocity wasn't going to overwhelm you, but he was a guy who could create a lot of pop-ups on the infield. That's kind of Ober's game as well.
He's a giant, isn't he? At 6'9", then you put him on the mound. There's a ball a little bit low and outside. Big right-hander Bailey Ober. 1 ball and no strikes on Kyle Farmer. 1-0 in favor of Minnesota. Farmer takes a called strike. You and I were chatting with some of the Twins personnel up here prior to the game, and they mentioned a few former Twins are in there tonight. And Farmer towards the top of their list of guys that they really enjoyed when they had him in Minnesota. 1-1 to Farmer. Little number foul, 1-2.
We've also got Braves pitching coach Jeremy Hefner. He got his start in big league coaching with the Twins back in 2019 as an assistant pitching coach. He was working under Wes Johnson, who is now the head coach at the University of Georgia.
Good connections. And then, of course, Tommy Watkins, third base coach for the Braves. This is his first season with the Braves organization. 1-2. Farmer with a ground ball to third. Going down to a knee. Lewis picks himself up, sends it across in time for the out. That just about tricked him. But he outsmarted that last hop and 2 down. Yeah, Tommy spent 28 years, I believe he told me, in the Twins organization. And I remember seeing him so many times at spring training when we'd see the Twins, and he was in the same position there as he is here with the Braves. And he's a Fort Myers native. And we're happy to have Tommy aboard on this coaching staff. 2 down for Deshaun Kiersey. Check swing, and that's tipped into the mid of Ryan Jeffers. Kiersey, another former Twin. 1-0 Twins, top of the second. Kiersey, left-handed hitting right fielder. Ober pounds the zone with a fastball. Suddenly 0-2. The entire outfield covered in shade now as the sun is set low enough here in Fort Myers. 0-2, a little bit low, 1-2. And good to see the lights for the first time here in the Grapefruit League. I know we've got a couple of night games at home this spring. Ober's 1-2. Fouled back towards us. It is interesting. You're down here for 6 weeks, day game after day game after day game, and then you start the season, night game, night game, night game, and your internal clock is just completely destroyed. Takes a little while to get used to that. But we love the night games here because it brings a little bit of familiarity. There's a high pop-up, shallow left, Arcia out, Martin in, and the shortstop, Arcia, makes a shoulder-high catch. And the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second. Nothing happening for Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Twins.
Spring is in the air, Braves fans. As the Braves get Truist Park ready for opening day, it's time to get your lawn in shape too. As the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew, Pennington knows what it takes to grow a lush, healthy lawn. With over 80 years of history rooted right here in Braves country, Pennington helps you grow a yard you can be proud of. Gear up for spring with Pennington Grass Seed. Available at the Home Depot.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest. Starring Cody Johnson. Live. With special guests, Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus, Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com and Braves.com. Presented by Truist.
When you need a lawyer after an auto accident, make the right call. I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm based right here in Georgia. Other big-name legal teams aren't even from this area.
Right one.
We'll get you your money quick, while other legal teams waste your time.
Right two.
And our team is with you from start to finish. Other legal teams pass you off to a secondary team.
Right three.
Make the right call. Call Ken.com. One call, that's all. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, attorneys at law, 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at Braves.com/value.
Twins rolling into the bottom of the second inning. They've got 7, 8, 9 coming up here at Lee Health Sports Complex. Alongside Wiley Ballard, Ben Ingram here with you. Cody Clemens takes a called strike from Reynaldo Lopez. It's Clemens, Arcia, and Martin for the Twins here in the bottom of the second inning. They scored a run in the first inning on an RBI single by Ryan Jeffers. A one from Lopez. In the air towards left field, sprinting towards the line. Luke Williams looking up. He's there. Makes the catch about 20 feet from the left field line and one down. Well, we're thrilled to have Wiley helping us out tonight and stepping aside from TV to jump on radio with us. But more than anything, I was hoping you could give me some advice on some cryptocurrency investments.
Well, I'm learning along with everybody else, Ben. It was a rough day on the social media for yours truly. The account has been hacked. When you think of all the things that could be posted, I think I'm grateful that they went with crypto.
There's a ball low.
But I am grateful to Ricky Mast, who is part of the Braves social media team, who he is on the phones, he's making calls, he's pulling strings with X.
I think I got a new nickname for you.
Oh, no.
There's a call strike. I think Bitcoin Ballard has a good ring to it.
Between that, I've gotten Big Ballard brand going back to Lamar Ball those years ago. But, yeah, Bitcoin Ballard works.
There's 1-1 pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia. Just missed. They're going to challenge that. I think they might see this overturned. Watching the video board in left field. That'll be overturned. It is a strike. Just about the entire ball was in the zone there. So it's a 1-2 count on Arcia. 1-0 Twins, bottom of the second inning. 1-2 pitch. Arcia cracks one in the air, slicing towards right field, sprinting to his left. Kiersey lunges and makes the catch and goes into the corner. What a play by Deshaun Kiersey. Navigating hard to his left, full sprint, had a long way to go, and reached out and just got enough leather around the ball to bring it in as he crossed the foul line.
Well, two things, Ben. One, the only way you're making that play is if you have a perfect jump. Kiersey had that. And secondly, you mentioned he's a former Twin. I'm curious, he felt a little more confident in this ballpark as he was racing into that corner. There's not a lot of foul ground once you get to the outfield wall.
Yeah, it helps to know the lay of the land. 2 down for Austin Martin. Another pop-up. Not the easiest time of night to look up and find one. Luke Williams coming in and left. He positions his body under it, and he's got it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Reynaldo Lopez. Nothing happening for the Twins. We go to the top of the third. 1-0 Minnesota.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
It's rolling, rolling. That jackpot's rolling.
Got yourself a scratcher that didn't win? Well, my friend, it still could, because now all non-winning scratchers can be entered to win the Rollin' Jackpot, which grows and grows.
That jackpot's rolling, rolling.
The Rollin' Jackpot, another way to win from the Georgia Lottery. Learn more and enter at galottery.com. Play responsibly.
When life throws you a curveball, whether it's water, fire, or mold damage to your home or business, you need a winning team. You need ServPro. ServPro's licensed, certified, and highly trained team of experts are here to help, offering fast, reliable, professional restoration services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves and Braves Country, our teams are committed to performing at a championship level. When disaster strikes, call ServPro and make it like it never even happened.
Top of the third inning, Twins with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. And replacing Bailey Ober on the mound is Liam Hendriks, the 37-year-old from Perth, Australia. The righty, a 3-time All-Star trying to make a comeback after the last few seasons. Made 14 appearances last year with an ERA of around 6.5. This will be his second appearance of spring. He's got 1 scoreless inning so far.
There to oppose him, bottom 3 in the Braves order. Williams, Shunk, and Azokar. 1-0 Twins as we're in the top of the third inning. Luke Williams up to the plate. Williams swings at the first pitch, pops it straight up, drifting back now. Jeffers at the screen. That becomes a souvenir. Lands about 10 rows back. Hey, think about this lengthy career for Hendricks. This will be his 15th season. Broke in with the Twins all the way back in 2011. He was just 22 years old back in 2011, made 4 appearances that first season. And he's been around the block a few times. A's, White Sox, Twins, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Royals. 0-1, and Williams with a high fly ball, pressing back to left field. Martin going to go back shy of the warning track. Circles off his route, makes the catch out in deep left. 1 away here in the 3rd inning. We are at twilight here in Fort Myers, so the lights are on, but still a bit of afterglow left in the Florida sky. And it is a tough time to look up and find a baseball. One out for Aaron Schunk. Braves second baseman made a nice defensive play in the first inning. Schunk slaps one to the left side, giving ground and stabbing at it. Lewis, he's got it. Loads and throws low, but that is dug out by Josh Bell. Well, so far, Royce Lewis has passed every test sent his way in this game, but that time got help from Josh Bell.
Yeah, he's been tested there at third base tonight so far. Came up as a shortstop, and the big question for Minnesota is, how are those knees going to hold up with those 2 torn ACLs?
2 up, 2 down for Jose Azocar. Fastball pops the mitt. There's a called strike. A run on 2 hits for the Twins. No runs, no hits for the Braves. Braves looking for their first base runner of the game. A 1 from Hendricks. A little bit too tall. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here in about an hour and a half, the United States team plays their first WBC game. That will be against Brazil from Houston. Excited to see that lineup. That swung on and missed. You and I were looking over that lineup before we came on the air tonight. Cal Riley was batting 6th. And it's like there's nowhere to go in that lineup for outs. It could be a long night for the Brazilian pitching staff. 1 and 2 on Jose Azocar. Here it comes. And there it goes. Floater into left field. Down for a base hit. Splitting the gap. Azocar around first base, digging for second. Alan Roden sends it in. Just now it's the cutoff man. And a stand-up double for Jose Azocar. First base runner of the game for the Braves. And it comes from the number 9 hitter.
Well, I'll say this, Ben, for Azocar, only player in Braves camp now with more hits than he has this spring is Mike Yastrzemski. We know about the camp he has had, but with that extra bench spot opening up with the Jurickson Profar suspension, keep in mind Azocar, he had a little time with the Braves in the big leagues last year.
A lot for him to gain with a strong spring. All outside to Jorge Mateo. He can tie it with a base hit right here. Just a very light breeze out to center field. 2 down, runner at second. 1-0 misses a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Really good Friday night crowd here at the Lee Health Sports Complex. Spring training home of the Twins since 1991. 2-0 pitch. Called strike. Yeah, they opened this facility, and that same year met the Braves in the World Series.
Might be time to open another new one.
Yeah, it's them and seeing where they've been in the standings lately. 2-1 a little bit low and outside. Yeah, they might not disagree. They've done a nice job keeping this place up. I like the boardwalk and the area in the outfield. That's really nice. But, yeah, one of the older stadiums in the Grapefruit League. 3 balls and a strike on Mateo. 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4. So the Braves, similarly to the Twins from the first inning, have something going with 2 down. There in that bottom of the first inning, Twins went 2 up, 2 down. Didn't look like they were going anywhere. But then a walk and 2 singles produced a run. They had singles from Larnach, and Jeffers is the man who drove in the 1 Twins run. And now here in the 3rd inning for the Braves, a 2-out double by Azocar and a walk to Mateo. So here's Dominic Smith. Ball high and outside. Boy, Smith put that ball in pain yesterday. He killed that ball for a 2-run homer and the victory over the Blue Jays. 1-0 pitch. Low and in, 2 balls, no strikes.
I know he's a lefty, but with how he hit that ball yesterday, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, that felt like a Frank Thomas type of blast where great Hawk Harrelson would drop he hurt that ball.
Yeah, man, you knew it was gone when it came off the bat.
Yeah.
Love those. Hit the windows of the office complex in right field. 2-0 pulled foul just outside the bag at first. If Smith can reach, Heim would come to the plate. 1-0 Twins in the third. Coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida, here on the southwest coast of the state. Fort Myers hosts 2 Major League spring trainings. Twins and the Red Sox both train here. 2-1 in the air, sliced foul. Deep down the left field line. About 8 miles from this complex is where the Red Sox train. And we haven't been there yet, but we'll be going there several times by the time it's all said and done here in the Grapefruit League. That's a gorgeous complex over there that the Red Sox have that opened, I believe, in 2012. 2-2 on Dominic Smith. Mateo and Azocar take their leads. 2-2, fouled back right under us. Need a little bit more mustard on that one to get one up here.
Yeah, Braves will go to JetBlue Park down the road twice in the final week of spring training.
Been a lot of years where we would finish spring training there due to the proximity of the Fort Myers airport. You play a game there and then fly north to wherever you're going to start the season. Pitch low and in, 3-2. Got an action count right here. Mateo and Azocar will be on the move. Braves trailing 1-0. That could change right here. Righty-lefty matchup. Hendricks set right at the belt. Runners go. Pitch to Smith. Turned on and a fly ball to deep left. Martin is there. Makes the catch. And that's out number 3. So the Braves get a couple of men on board. But they can't drive anyone in. No runs a hit. No errors and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 Twins.
I remember the hard road that led to this moment.
And the MLB Comeback Player of the Year is Atlanta Braves pitcher Johnny Venters.
Every day I work towards a better future for my family, my teammates, and my community. Having a setback in life can be devastating, but each challenge is a setup for your strongest comeback.
Braves win.
That's why I trust Globe Life. For over 125 years, they have been helping families protect their financial future. Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi.
Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most and keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary.
The Braves Country Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at braves.com/BravesCountryFest.
Braves fans, when you listen to the game, you know there's more happening than what shows up in the box score. The same is true after a truck crash. These cases aren't like car accidents. Different rules, different playbook. I'm attorney John Foy, the strong arm. I know how trucking companies move fast to protect themselves and what they hope you never find out. If you've been hit by a big truck, you need someone who's ready to step up and swing for the fences. Make the right call. Attorney John Foy & Associates, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Twins into the bottom of the third inning. Hope you're having a great night. Finishing up a really good week alongside Wiley Ballard. Ben Ingram here with you. Braves and Twins from the Grapefruit League. First pitch, breaking ball in for a called strike. And now this will be challenged by Alan Roden. Looked like a pretty good curveball. Roden thought it was too low. And waiting on the challenge video display. And we're still waiting on it.
This is part of the theater they wanted to add at the game.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that pitch was in there. That's called strike. Entire ball was in the strike zone. So Roden Didn't see that well at all. 0-1 on Alan Roden. Lopez kicks and fires. Roden takes a ball outside. Mentioned these Twins won 70 games a year ago. Went 70-92. They finished in 4th place in their division. Had 92 losses last year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball low and outside to Roden. The 92 losses the Twins had last year, the most they've had in a single season since they lost 103 games in 2016. So they're definitely looking for a bounce back. There's a called strike. 2-2 on Roden. And they're hoping that their brand new manager, Derek Shelton, can guide them back to where they want to be. 2-2. In for a called third strike. Just frozen with gas. Second strikeout by Reynaldo Lopez. And the Twins, after last year, parted ways with Rocco Baldelli. Derek Shelton had been the manager of the Pirates from 2020 through 2025. And makes his way to Minnesota. I think it's a good move. I like Derek Shelton. With a good reputation. There's a pitch to Royce Lewis. In for a strike.
And what was funny was that Rocco Baldelli, when he first got the job, Derek Shelton was his bench coach in Minnesota back in 2019. So a similar style, at least a relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, good point. 0-1 popped up. On the infield, Mateo looking skyward, waiting on it to come down. He is there, and he squeezes it with 2 hands, 2 down. Is Shelton a guy who came up a catcher? He caught in high school. His dad was a high school coach. And Shelton caught at Southern Illinois University and then caught in the Yankees organization. Never made it to the big leagues. But given that his dad was a coach, he wanted to go right into that when his playing career came to an end. And he just climbed the ladder. There's a ball low and outside. He started managing in the low levels of the Yankees organization, just started winning. And now he's the manager of the Twins and tasked with the responsibility of getting them back to where they want to be in a postseason team. 1-0 drilled but foul. That's higher than the lights down the right field line off the bat of Josh Bell.
And I know we talked about it last week at the Yankee game, but Derek Shelton, Walt Weiss, just 2 of the 3 managers that were hired this offseason with big league experience.
Ball outside. So 7 guys had no big league experience managing.
Managing, yes. 3 of them had no experience coaching in the big leagues. Tony Vitello and then Kurt Suzuki and Craig Stammen with the Angels and the Padres.
2-1. Fastball adjusted off the outside corner for a strike. Yeah, so really no one trend in baseball when it comes to hiring managers. Kind of all over the road. 1-0 Twins, bottom of the third. 2-2 in the air to left field. That humpback liner is down for a hit. Josh Bell spraying one to left center. And he's on for the second time tonight. He walked in the first inning. He singles here.
Well, given the expectations for this Twins team, Ben, Josh Bell could see himself traded at the deadline for the 4th time in the last 5 years. It feels like he's been assigned to 1-year deals the last few seasons to teams that weren't expected to contend. So mentally, he's kind of been prepared to relocate after the All-Star break.
2 down for Trevor Larnach. That's an interesting position for a big league player. There's a ball outside because you're thinking to yourself, okay, if I'm in his shoes, this is a win-win. I go out there, I play hard, I put in a good season, and if this team isn't winning, one that is winning will come and grab me, and maybe I make a postseason run somewhere else. 1-0 to Larnach. This is high. 2 balls, no strikes.
And on the flip side, if you get off to a slower start, you're not necessarily worried about somebody breathing down your neck, given that the Twins do not have the deepest position player group.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. 1-0 Twins in the third. Reynaldo leads just 1 out somewhere. 2-0 to Larnach on a ball outside. This is a tough part of the order, and this is an interesting place for Lopez for where he is in spring training, coming back from the shoulder injury. How does he look against the left-handed batters? And Bell, the switch hitter, batting from the left side, has walked and singled. And Larnach a tough out. He's a left-handed hitter. He singled in the first inning. 3-0 low and outside. Wanted no part of him. So again, the Twins with those two left-handed hitters batting 3 and 4 get a little rally going. Now the right-handed hitting Ryan Jeffers will come to the plate. Jeffers has driven in the only run of the game, and it's nothing that's going to impress you in terms of exit velocity. Just a soft serve into left field that dropped in for a hit. Meeting at the mound as Heim and Lopez talk it over. Alongside Wiley Ballard and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you for our first night game this spring. Braves and Twins. Back to day baseball tomorrow for the Braves. We'll be back at home and seeing Baltimore come in. That'll be Grant Holmes going for the Braves versus Luis De Leon. Ryan Jeffers steadies his bat. Pitch on the way. Fastball a little bit low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, getting those first 2 outs hasn't been a problem for Lopez, but at that point, he's had a hard time getting strike 1 after that. 1-0 to Jeffers. Ball inside, 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, some of the positive tonight has been that fastball velocity has been a lot closer to 93, 94, as opposed to the 91s and 92s we saw last time out. But to your point, little trouble finishing off innings with 2 outs.
Ready with his 2-0. He spins it to the plate. Missed outside with a fastball. So 3-0 on Jeffers. If he walks him, then Wallner would come to the plate. Lopez just trying to finish this thing off here in the bottom of the third. 3-0 pitch. And he's swinging on a fly ball to left field in line with Luke Williams. And he says thank you very much. He's got it for the out, and that ends the bottom of the third. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. We've completed 3. We go to the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 Twins.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
You know what Atlanta sports fans understand. Whether it's baseball or buying a vehicle, teams matter. And when it's time to buy, the team you want is Jim Ellis Chevrolet. They've got a full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, and an all-star crew that makes the whole process easy.
Step up to the plate at JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet, located just inside 285 on Peachtree Boulevard. Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, Braves fans! SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the A, meaning SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of... the official ticket marketplace of...
That ball was crushed.
And...
Did you see that?
Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Braves games or to any other live event across Braves country, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of every home team win. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of... Let's go Braves!
Top of the 4th inning here at Fort Myers. Twins have a 1-0 lead, and the Twins make a call to the bullpen, bring along left-hander Kendry Rojas, 6'2", 190. He is from Cuba, and he comes over from the Blue Jays organization, where last season he pitched in rookie ball, A ball, and Double-A. Now he takes over. Speaking of taking over, here's Wiley.
Thanks, Ben. Jonah Heim will lead off for the Braves, followed by Brewer Hicklin and Kyle Farmers. So heart of the order due up for Atlanta. And the lefty Rojas into the full wind. And misses high, ball 1. First thing you notice when Rojas leaves the bullpen is he's rather slight, in contrast from Bailey Ober, who started tonight for the Twins. Here comes the 1-0 from Rojas, and Heim unleashes a vicious cut, comes up empty, 1-1. But the second thing you notice is his cleats. It looks like they are bedazzled red with a little hint of blue. He looks sparkling out there, especially with those cleats on, as Heim steps out of the box, now climbing back in, but those will grab your attention. Works from the third base side of the rubber. And the pitch is served on a line, or on the ground rather, just past the first baseman, Josh Bell. That'll trickle into right field. It's a leadoff single for Jonah Heim as he punches one the other way.
I think those are the same shoes that Dorothy wore in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have the same effect for a day game.
Yes.
Maybe just because you're under the lights, those things are sparkling down there.
And he was a big get for Minnesota at the trade deadline last year, part of the Louis Varland and Ty France deal. Those two Twins going to Toronto, the eventual American League champions, where Kendry Rojas and their center fielder Alan Roden came back. First pitch to Hicklin, a check swing and a foul tip into the mitt. 0-1 on Brewer. Hicklin, the designated hitter tonight. Braves trailing the Twins 1-0 here top of the fourth. Heim at first after a leadoff single. Rojas a glance towards first. Lefty comes home. And a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Hicklin. That fastball for Rojas in the early going, 96, 97. Some serious heat. Hicklin a little tardy. Hicklin taps home plate twice with the black bat, now hoists it over his right shoulder. Rojas from the stretch. A pause, and here he comes. And Hicklin is beat that time up in the zone, a fastball. And Rojas just with too much velocity that time for Hicklin, one away.
They found a weak spot, went upstairs, and just continued to attack it.
And now Kyle Farmer. 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. Rojas sets at the letters. Lefty reaches back, cuts it loose, and drops a pitch at the top of the strike zone. 0-1. That had a little wrinkle in it. 0-1 on Kyle Farmer. We mentioned a former Twin. In fact, he had the best year of his career back in 2023 with the Twins, an OPS well over 700. The 0-1 from Rojas. And Farmer punches one high in the air, slicing well out of play and out of the stadium. Down the right field line, 0-2. Last year, Kyle Farmer playing nearly 100 games with the Rockies, so he was teammates with Orlando Arcia, who's now at shortstop tonight for the Twins. Heim takes his lead at first. Now the pitch to Farmer. And that time down and in. He pops this one up foul, and that one twisting towards the upper chairbacks behind the first base dugout. Take one big bounce into that concourse that cuts the chairback seating in half. Still 0-2 on Farmer. 35-year-old veteran out of the Marist School in Atlanta. Farmer with the bright white batting gloves. Rojas tucks his elbows towards his ribs. He sets and deals. Misses inside that time. But, Ben, you mentioned a tough season last year for the Twins, losing 92 games, their most in nearly 10 years. Changed their manager, Derek Shelton now taking over for Rocco Baldelli, and now they've also had a change in the front office. The pitch misses up and away. 2-2 on Farmer. Braves trailing 1-0 here in the top of the fourth inning in Fort Myers from Lee Health Sports Complex. But just about a month ago, Derek Falvey, who had been with the Twins as their president for nearly a decade, had a mutual parting of ways with the organization. Rojas looks to first, now comes home, and Farmer ropes one down the left field line. That'll get over the left side of the infield, played on a couple of hops by Austin Martin in left. That's a base hit for Farmer. And now the Braves have two men aboard for the second straight inning, trailing by a run. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
This is the home of the Braves. WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The Fan, 680 and 93.7 FM.
Alongside Ben Ingram and our producer engineer Jonathan Chadwick, I'm Wiley Ballard, bringing you Braves spring training baseball on a Friday night from Fort Myers, Florida. And now Deshaun Kiersey, batting from the left side, takes downstairs, ball one.
I guess the moral of that story is you have your worst season in a decade. Got to make some changes.
No question. But what was unusual, Ben, is that Derek Falvey handled about 90% of the offseason, and then when there was a sort of a change in ownership, at least with the point person, the 1-0, is bounced foul back behind the plate towards Luke Williams, who waits on deck. That was when Falvey, again, a mutual separation, and Jeremy Zoll took over. And again, spring training began less than a couple of weeks later. But an offseason of change for the Twins. 1-1 on Kiersey. The pitch. Wave and a miss. Something off speed. Kiersey way out in front. And as we mentioned, Rojas has that big fastball at 96-97. 23 years old, out of Cuba. A deadline acquisition for the Twins last season from Toronto. The 1-2, that missed off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for the Twins, I mentioned Louis Varland and Ty France going the other way in that deal for Rojas. They traded 10 players on their active roster in the final 24 hours before the trade deadline last year. I mean, if that's not a fire sale, I don't know what is. The 2-2 pitch. Up and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Everything must go.
Yeah.
Just move it off the racks.
And for a team that had had some serious momentum just a couple of years ago, winning their first playoff series in 20 years, it was a quick downturn. Payoff pitch and a bouncer. Right side, backhand stab by Bell. Clemens, the second baseman, diving. Karams off his glove and now racing home and scoring. Jonah Heim. The game is tied at 1. As Deshaun Kiersey had just enough on that bounding ground ball to work it through both Bell and Clemens. It's 1-1, Braves and Twins, with Kyle Farmer moving up to third.
A lot of contact this inning. Just put the ball in play, and that was perfectly placed between Bell and Clemens. And now meeting at the mound, they want to settle down Rojas. Again, like you mentioned, 23 years old, one of the top 100 prospects in baseball, but he's seeing some spring training action here this evening and running into some trouble. So they want to make sure that he's in a good place before Luke Williams comes to the plate.
18 pitches so far for Rojas in this outing. Like you said, a lot of contact. He did get Brewer Hicklin on strikes. But Kendry Rojas, big prospect. He was a top 10 prospect for the Blue Jays a couple of years ago. And when he signed as a pro, he was hovering around 90 miles per hour. But he has added some velocity since then. So Williams now bouncing the right side. Braves and Twins tied at 1, top of the 4th. Runners in the corners and 1 away. Rojas back to work. And Williams hot-foots it out of the way of a pitch down and in.
Twins get a little bit of action going in the bullpen. They got a right-hander up and tossing.
Braves have gone unbeaten in their last 7 spring training games. And a pickoff throw to first and dashing back to the bag. Kiersey, he was firmly planted on the base before Josh Bell even received the throw. Williams batting from the right side, red tape around his wrist with gray batting gloves, and now we've got a balk call. I believe it came from first base umpire Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, but this will score Kyle Farmer, giving the Braves a 2-1 lead. Kiersey up to second, and the Braves in front.
By the way, the right-hander of the bullpen is Eston Stoll. We could be seeing him sooner rather than later, as this has not been a good inning at all for Rojas.
Must have been a twitch from Rojas. By the way, the lefty trying to gather himself here. Already 2 runs across in the inning. And the 1-0 to Williams. Big swing and a miss. Luke flew out to left in his first at-bat. The ball was well struck. But Austin Martin made the catch just inside the warning track in left center. Rojas glancing out towards right field. Now the pitch. Another swing and a miss. Williams came out of his shoes on that one. So a couple of sliders there up and away. Luke rests the handle on his shoulder. Now lifts it as Rojas is set, and the pitch. And a swing and a miss. So Rojas comes back to strike out Williams, and with 2 away and 2 in, Here comes Aaron Schunk. Just past the 7 o'clock hour here in Fort Myers on a beautiful evening. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Rojas waits and deals. And on the outside corner, strike one on Aaron Schunk, who grounded out to third on the first pitch in his first at-bat. One. Rojas, a glance towards second. The lefty deals. And a bouncer, foul, third base side, 0-2 on Schunk. And while there are no stars to speak of with the stadium lights, we did have a little smoke coming out in left center. Somebody's grilling something.
Smells good.
Might make a run in the seventh inning, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, let's write an order down.
0-2 on Aaron Schunk. And the 0-2 pitch. And a liner smash through the left side for a base hit. Here comes Kiersey racing around third. The throw will go to second base. An RBI single. A two-strike, two-out RBI for Aaron Schunk. And the Braves now lead 3-1.
Nice night for Schunk. Made that good defensive play in the first inning. That was a really good swing right there. Put good wood on it. Blasted it right in between Lewis and Arcia.
One of a couple former Georgia Bulldogs in the lineup tonight for the Braves. And Jose Azocar steps into the box, but he will not be facing Kendry Rojas as Derek Shelton makes the walk out to the mound. The Twins will make a change. So the 23-year-old from Cuba showcased a big fastball, picked up a couple of strikeouts, but ultimately the Braves knock him for 4 hits and 3 runs so far, with Schunk aboard at first, still his responsibility. Twins will turn to a right-hander following the lefty Rojas as we get set for the pitching change. Braves and Twins here in the top of the fourth. Atlanta with a 3 spot, leading 3-1.
This new right-hander is Eston Stull, S-T-U-L-L, 6'2", 195-pound right-hander. Played his college ball first at Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida, and then went to Indiana University of Kokomo in Kokomo, Indiana. That's a big change going from Lakeland to Kokomo. But the 27-year-old takes over. He spent some time in independent ball last year. He was in the Twins organization after making 3 appearances in Indy ball. Played in 3 games with Sioux Falls in the independent leagues. And then he made it as high as Double-A Wichita last year, where he made 1 appearance. Most of his work, 18 appearances in High-A Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League. And he takes over for Rojas. You know, something you were talking about just a little while ago. You mentioned it was just after 7 o'clock. Opening day is 3 weeks from tonight. So 3 weeks from about right now, we will be 10 minutes from the first pitch. And I think we can all visualize it in our minds. All the team members being lined up down the first and third base lines, the anthem playing, a packed house, hopefully a gorgeous evening, and just to know that we're that close to opening day. 3 weeks and 9 minutes from right now, the season will be here.
And occasionally, when you go on the road for that first road trip, you might get a second chance to experience another home opener, but that will not be the case for the Braves this year. It will be just one opening day. And that, of course, will be at Truist Park 3 weeks and 9 minutes from right now. At the present moment, Jose Azocar is saddled up from the right side. And Eston Stull fires his first pitch from the stretch. And now a pickback throw to check on Schunk. And Josh Bell got enough of it. I'm not sure he was prepared for that throw. And as he was racing back to first base, he tried to make the catch. I think he might have closed his glove a moment too soon. It bounced off it, but dropped right in front of him. So an 0-1 count on Azocar. Stull from the first base side of the rubber. Rears back in the pitch. And Azocar flies it down the right field line, slicing out of play and beyond the Braves bullpen. Landing at the beginning of that boardwalk that begins down the right field line in foul territory and wraps all the way around the outfield out to the left field foul pole. 0-2. The righty rocks. And the pitch misses outside. Braves have had no trouble scoring runs so far this spring. 9 runs each of the last couple of days. And entering play today, no National League team had hit more home runs than the Braves in spring than the Braves. The 1-2. In on the hands, fouled off the front of the Twins dugout and off the fingertips of Tommy Watkins, who tried to make the play. The mayor of Fort Myers tosses a baseball into the crowd. He spent a couple of seasons here as a player playing with the Fort Myers Miracle.
Could probably drive here with his eyes closed.
And a pickoff throw, Shunk diving back in. You said 28 years in the Twins organization?
Yeah.
It's quite a change for Tommy Watkins. First time he has ever worked in professional baseball for an organization other than the Twins. And Braves are happy to have him. Had a chance to catch up with Tommy a few days ago. In Minnesota, he was known for his dreadlocks and his hair. He's gotten rid of them for now, but he says he hasn't prepared to come back if need be. The 1-2, Shunk takes off from first, and Azokar slashes this one foul above the chairbacks and into the upper concourse here at Lee Health Sports Complex.
I'll give you one more note on Tommy. He went to high school at Fort Myers High School. That's about 300 yards from where we're sitting right now. That's right back here behind the plate on the other side of the parking lot.
Another 1-2 to Azokar. Serves this one in the air, slicing foul. Stoll continues to work Azokar in, and he is just fighting them off. So I don't think it's too far of a stretch in that case, Ben, to say Tommy Watkins probably came to some games here before even signing with the Twins out of high school.
That's got to be accurate.
1-2, the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Shunk goes again, and Azokar spoils it again. That time he had to bring the barrel up above the zone to get a piece of that one. Azokar already with a double tonight as he laced one into left center. Braves lead the Twins here in the top of the 4th, 3-1 our score. All 3 runs coming across in this inning for Atlanta. Shunk inching his lead further, not going. The pitch is lifted in the air to left with some oomph behind it, and it's over the head of Austin Martin, who lunges for it. It kicks off the base of the wall. Shunk is racing home from third, and he will score. It's another double for Jose Azokar, and the Braves lead 4-1.
Well, that was pulverized by Jose. So like you said, 2 doubles and 2 very hard-hit balls. And that double closes the line on the previous pitcher, Rojas. All 4 of these runs charged to his line.
What an at-bat from Jose Azokar. That's now his 7th hit of the spring, just 1 behind Mike Yastrzemski, who's got 8. Trying to make his case to be at opening day 3 weeks and 5 minutes from now. The pitch fouled straight back in the netting. Mateo was on it. He is the 8th man to bat here in the 4th inning. So far tonight, 0 for 1 with a fly out to left and then a walk. Mateo with a wide open stance at the plate. Stoll set from the belly button. The pitch is lifted in the air and foul over the first base dugout and twisting down into the last row of the green chairbacks. Another souvenir, 0-2 on Mateo. Braves have been down to the last strike in this inning, each of the last 3 at-bats, but they fought it off. Stoll with the 0-2. And this is high.
And some of those for Rojas, and in those Wizard of Oz shoes, he was probably clicking his heels together thinking there's no place like home. And it just wasn't working.
Felt more like Lions, Tigers, and Bears. 1-2. And the pitch. And Mateo spoils it. Braves putting up some good at-bats here. He was late, but fought off. Looked like a fastball there from Stoll. He's been mixing in fastballs and cutters so far to Mateo. That last heater at 94. And another 1-2 on the way. That one high. Mateo leans back. A little too close for comfort. And This will be the 6th pitch. Stahl has already come in, and he's closing in on 20 pitches here. The righty nods, and the 2-2 pitch. And that's slashed foul just over the netting. And Mateo will see a 7th pitch. And as you mentioned, the Twins, they've been off to a rough start here in the spring. 3-8-1. Now Stowe with the 2-2 pitch. And this is sent high in the air. Coming in, Roden in center field. He's camped and now shuffling 3 steps to his left. Reels it in. That ends the inning. But the Braves score 4 runs on 5 hits. Leave a man. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Braves 4, the Twins 1.
Hey Braves country, it's Tom Glavine, and when my ride needs a wash, I trust the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves, Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With hundreds of convenient locations, all-star customer service, and cutting-edge equipment that gets my ride sparkling clean in just 3 minutes, Tidal Wave is a game changer. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com to find a location near you.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. The Braves have shown us what happens when a great team pulls together. At Pruitt Health, our All-Stars help you recover from surgery or a major health event. Nurses, therapists, a whole team dedicated to giving you the personalized care you need. Come join the Pruitt Health team. Email hireme@pruitthealth.com. That's hireme@pruitthealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Baseball fans know you win by having a strong lineup, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC has one of the strongest.
From powerful GMC trucks to refined Buick SUVs, you'll find a great selection, competitive pricing, and a buying experience that delivers every time.
Shop online at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee, just inside 285, or in Buford, near the Mall of Georgia. Jim Ellis Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at Braves.com/promos.
Braves lead the Twins 4-1 going to the bottom of the 4th here in Fort Myers. Lee Health Sports Complex. Ronaldo Lopez continuing to work here tonight. He'll begin the 4th by facing Matt Wallner, a left-handed hitter. Takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. This will be the first time Ronaldo has worked into a 4th inning this spring. It is his 3rd start. 2 innings the first time out. The pitch, wave and a miss. He pulls the string on Wallner. That was a pretty offering. But 3 innings his last time out against Tampa, threw 42 pitches, and he's about to throw his 49th tonight. The pitch. Called strike 3 as he works it through the back door and locks up Matt Wallner. That's his 2nd strikeout tonight, and he's gotten Wallner twice.
And it working versus him. He'd love a 1-2-3 inning, put 4 innings in the books. Just in case he runs into any trouble, Martin Perez is tossing in the Braves bullpen down at the end of the right field line.
So now Cody Clemens. Yes, the son of the Rocket Roger Clemens. Batting from the left side. And the pitch from Lopez. And a slow curveball just missed, ball 1.
That'll be challenged. Jonah Heim went to the helmet and patted it.
He's 2 for 2 so far tonight as we take a look at the video board in left center. Here it comes, and the pitch is a strike.
Jonah's got an eye for it, doesn't he?
He sure does, him and Matt Olson. Braves have been extraordinarily successful with the ABS Challenge system this year. I should say this spring. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Clemens. We saw, was it Wallner his first time up who challenged that pitch that was
the whole thing was
strike?
in the zone, yeah.
The 0-2 just off the plate. I almost wonder if you're a pitcher and you have a hitter challenge a pitch like that, and it's pretty clearly a strike, that might give you a little confidence saying, well, he's not seeing my stuff very well.
Right. Go right back there.
1-2. The right-hander just below the belt. He sets. Now the pitch is lofted into center field. Ozokar retreating, and now squares, comes in a couple of steps, makes a chest-high grab. 2 quick outs for Lopez here in the 4th. Braves leading 4-1. And Lopez now at 54 pitches, 32 strikes.
I think he's feeling pretty good. Looking good.
Orlando Arcia wishes he was feeling better. He looked like he might have had a double his first time up as the pitch is low, ball 1. But Deshaun Kiersey Jr. made a spectacular play racing towards a narrow corner in right field and robbed Arcia. Arcia waggling the bat over his right shoulder. The pitch slashed foul high and over the netting and out of the ballpark. That'll head towards the parking lot. Can't speak for Jonathan Chadwick, but my car's parked a good ways away behind home plate, so I think we should be okay. Lopez cuts loose the 1-1. And a liner smoked into left field. That'll touch down for a base hit. Williams cuts it off backhanded and rifles it back into second base. But it's a 2-out single for Orlando Arcia, and that has been the theme tonight for Ronaldo Lopez. The Twins now have 6 base runners off Lopez. They've all reached with 2 outs. That extends the inning for Austin Martin. 5th overall pick back in 2020 by the Blue Jays. As the pitch, check swing tapper foul. That'll bounce out towards Ramon Borrego, third base coach, who tosses it to a photographer near the Twins dugout. Lopez twists at the hips, looks over to first before coming set. Lifts the hands up to his chest, and now the pitch. Misses inside, not by much. 1-1 now on Martin. But Austin Martin, 26 years old, turned 27 later this month, batting from the right side. Lopez kicks and deals, and misses low. 2-1.
I'll tell you where we're parked actually could be in the danger zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the good news is the parking lot attendant's only about 117 years old. I'm sure he'd protect the car very quickly.
Still agile. 2-1. And a bouncer foul. And that'll roll towards Royce Lewis, who's in the hole for the Twins, just the top of the Twins dugout on the third base side. 2-2.
No, they take care of us really well here. In fact, our media attendant here, Art, is one of our favorite people here in the Grapefruit League. He's been down here at this ballpark for, I think he's at 25 years. And always a pleasure to see him. Former high school basketball coach and retired down here.
Here's the 2-2. Punched in the air, shallow center. Racing in is Ozokar, and he makes the catch as Jorge Mateo was closing in on, but that will end the 4th inning. A 2-out single for the Twins, but nothing more. We've played 4 here in Fort Myers. It's the Braves 4, the Twins 1.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Live with special guest Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at livenation.com and braves.com. Presented by Truist.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Top of the fifth, Braves with a 4-1 lead over the Minnesota Twins. You're listening to Atlanta Braves Spring Training Baseball alongside Ben Ingram and producer engineer Jonathan Chadwick. I'm Wiley Ballard. Happy to have you with us on this Friday night in the Grapefruit League as Dom Smith will lead off for the Braves against Kendry Rojas. And the first pitch is over for a strike. Rojas had a bumpy ride there in the fourth inning. He faced 6 hitters. Couple of strikeouts, but 4 base hits mixed in. He also had a balk and gave up 4 runs. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike, and Rojas did not finish the fourth inning. It was Eston Stoll who came on in relief, gave up a double to Jose Azocar before getting the final out of the inning. The 1-1 to Smith is laced into left field. Circling off his route is Martin, and he will make the catch headed towards the foul line. So 1 away here in the top of the fifth. And now Jonah Heim. 1 for 2 tonight. He began that 4-run fourth with a leadoff single as he bounced one just between the first base bag and first baseman Josh Bell, who again backs way off the line. So the infield is tugged around to the left. The pitch to Heim. He sees it low, ball 1. But Tommy Watkins was busy, third base coach for the Atlanta Braves. Waving home 4 runs in that top of the fourth. Rojas into the wind, and the pitch is cut on and popped up back behind the first base dugout. That'll land in about the 5th row of the green chairbacks. Ball and a strike on Heim. We've talked about Tommy Watkins from Fort Myers, went to high school, what'd you say, 300 yards away?
It is right here close to the complex.
And the 1-1 pitch, up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Played a couple of years with the Fort Myers Miracle, the high A team in the Florida State League for the Twins. As you might expect, a Fort Myers native playing for the home team. He had a bobblehead day or two. And the 2-1 pitch. Check swing. He went around. Home plate umpire Derek Thomas says Heim went too far, 2-2 on a pitch that was about shin high. And now Heim wants time. But have you seen this bobblehead for Tommy Watkins? Given away by the Fort Myers Miracle.
Am I looking at that right?
Yes, you are. That is the Tommy Watkins bobble butt. Jonah Heim in a 2-2 count. We'll describe it for you here in a moment. The pitch is fouled off sharply over the first base dugout. So Tommy Watkins, as sometimes is the case in baseball, we've heard of Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. Well, Tommy Watkins, he had a strong lower half, as the scouts like to describe it, and the bobblehead has him in a squat, almost like he's taking his lead off of first base, as the pitch is fouled again by Heim. He's got his knee or his elbows on his knees, bent over, and instead of having the head attached to kind of a what would you call that, a prong?
Sure.
It is his backside, and that is what bobbles up and down.
A spring-loaded booty is what
there
you're
it
talking
is.
about.
Yeah, exactly. The pitch, and a liner smashed into center field. 1 hop in the back of the infield dirt. A base hit for Jonah Heim. He's 2 for 3 tonight.
Well, see, here's the funny part about that. Somebody with the team thought about it.
Yep.
And then they contacted the bobblehead company, and the guy on the other end of the phone is thinking, all right, you want us to do what again?
The best part is this is listed for sale, by the way.
I bet it's a collector's item.
Oh, it's got to be.
Sure.
And I want you, they give the dimensions of the bobblehead. Brewer Hicklin at the plate now. Braves leading 4-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Kendry Rojas still working. He kicks and deals. Hums a fastball in for a strike 0-1. So it is 5 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and then 3 inches deep. If that gives you kind of the
counting
perspective. Yes, counting the bobble butt. I'd never seen something like that before.
No,
that was too good.
That's really creative.
The pitch to Hicklin. He cuts and misses 0-2. First non-fastball Hicklin has seen from Rojas, who blew him away with that heater the first time he faced him back in the fourth. So I haven't had a chance to talk to Tommy Watkins about it, but knowing his temperament, I'm sure he's got a big kick out of it and has some stories. Hicklin calls time. He's got to have at least one or two of those.
I'm sure he's got a box of them. If I had some of those of me, they'd be Christmas presents every year.
I'm kind of surprised the Mariners haven't done that yet with Cal Raleigh.
They should.
Only a matter of time, I bet. So welcome to Braves country, Tommy Watkins. Rojas, a long pause. Now the 0-2 to Hicklin. And he's late. Foul tipping into the mid. Another strikeout for Brewer Hicklin. 2 away here in the top of the fifth. Jonah Heim still at board at first. Braves still leading 4-1.
Jay Chad had a good idea yesterday. We had Nick Green on the broadcast. And Nick, and this is true story, we looked it up. He told us that there was a year in A-ball where he committed 46 errors in one season. And Jay Chad probably said we should have a bobble hands night for Nick Green. 46 errors.
And the pitch. Inside ball one. Got to give Greeny credit. He didn't hide from anything. Was he playing just one position that whole season?
That's shortstop.
Oh, my.
He's a gem, man.
Rojas, a look towards first. 1-0 is lofted into right field, giving ground Larnach. He squares up and makes the catch just above the bill of his cap. And it's a scoreless fifth for Kendry Rojas. It's halfway home. Braves with a 4-1 lead over the Twins as we go to the bottom of the fifth.
It has a horizon, the line you can't see past. Before it, the familiar. Beyond it, the unknown. Enter the Lexus GX. It's designed to be capable. It's designed to be luxurious. But most of all, it's designed to get you past your horizon. And the nice thing about horizons is that once they're crossed, there's always another, patiently waiting its turn. Live up to it. The Lexus GX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at Braves.com/value.
Braves on top 4-1 into the bottom of the fifth inning. New pitcher for the Braves, left-hander Martin Perez, on for the second time this spring.
His first pitch is on the outside corner facing Alan Rodin. Out of the leadoff spot, he's 0 for 2. So Ronaldo Lopez goes 4 innings, a season high, or I should say a spring high. It's the pitch from Perez. He's taken for a called strike.
Yeah, he looked really good. 4 innings, a run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Perez also has a new first baseman, Tristan English, in there at first base.
Heim still behind the plate, sets up outside, and the pitch is over the heart of the plate, but bounced softly out to second. Shunk tests out English, and there's one down.
For Perez, 2 innings thus far this spring. He's allowed 1 run on 1 hit, no walks, no strikeouts. And altogether for him, 14 years in the big leagues. Rangers, Red Sox, Twins, Pirates, White Sox, and Padres. And last season made 11 appearances with Chicago, had a .354 ERA.
So now Royce Lewis, the pitch from Perez. And the lefty clips the outside corner. 0-1 on Lewis, who's popped up to Mateo twice. Braves with a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the fifth here in Fort Myers. Perez winds and deals. Swing and a miss. He's got Lewis off balance, 0-2. And you mentioned 14 years in the big leagues. And for Martin Perez, a lot of it has been doing stuff like that. Mixing speeds, being unpredictable. That's been the secret to his success. The 0-2. And undresses Lewis that time way out in front. Good morning, good afternoon, good night for Royce Lewis. He's down on 3 pitches.
Yeah, Martin won 12 games with Texas in 2022. He was an all-star that year. Had a 2.89 ERA that season. So, veteran from Venezuela. By the way, the Venezuelan national team won earlier today.
You know what that means. First pitch to Josh Bell is hit in the air. Shallow left center. Williams gliding in. Now slows, drifts to his left, reaches up and makes the catch. That means that Ronald Acuna Jr. will not have to wear Ozzie Albies jersey the rest of the World Baseball Classic. We've played 5 here in Fort Myers. It's the Braves 4 and the Twins 1.
When the game is on the line, you need a team you can depend on. The same is true when shopping for a luxury vehicle. That's why I depend on the winning team at Jim Ellis Cadillac.
Enjoy a quick, easy, and convenient shopping experience with a team of experts you can trust.
Find your new Cadillac at JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by for a VIP shopping experience just inside I-285 on Peachtree Boulevard.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
When your schedule sounds like this. Are you kidding me? An oil change is the last thing you have time for. So drive into Take 5 and let our techs change your oil, check your tires, top off your fluids, and have you back on the road pit stop fast. All while you stay in your car. No putting your entire schedule on hold, no upsells, no problem. So you can get back to your to-do list. Or not. Find your nearest shop at Take5.com. Take 5, the stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Live with special guest Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com and Braves.com. Presented by Truist.
Braves will ride a 4-1 lead into the 6th inning this evening here in Fort Myers. Kendry Rojas on for a 3rd inning of work. The 23-year-old lefty has thrown 40 pitches so far tonight, and they want him to continue to go. He'll begin by facing Deshaun Kiersey, and the first pitch is bounced off home plate. A tapper back to the mound. Rojas gathers, spins, and fires to first. And Kiersey retired on 1 pitch here in the 6th inning. And no changes yet for the Twins defensively here in this 6th inning. Luke Williams coming up here for the Braves. Williams, barrel over his right shoulder in the pitch. This is outside, ball 1. Williams 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out to left, and then struck out facing Rojas on the slider. 29 years old, the pitch. And Williams comes up empty. 1-1. Luke obviously spent last season with the Braves, appearing in 39 games along with 6 pitching appearances. He was the go-to guy in a blowout. The 1-1 is pulled in the air to left. Martin made a move back, now coming in. He makes the catch at a standstill. And 2 quick outs for Rojas on just 4 pitches. Braves with a 4-1 lead. Now Aaron Schunk. But Rojas so far, that fastball has averaged around 96 tonight. He's got a big arm, the number 10 prospect in the Minnesota Twins system. Rojas swivels on the pitch. Schunk takes it high, ball 1. The Braves will head to Minnesota in August Twins came to Atlanta last year in April. Braves took 2 of 3. Or was that a sweep? I know they won the series. Let me go back and check.
Against the Twins?
Yes.
That was a sweep.
That was a sweep. The 1-0. Wave and a miss, 1-1. But you've timed your trips to Minnesota well over the years, Ben. What, August is a good time to go?
It's a great time. And I'm trying to remember who the team was that we played down here. I don't know, maybe Baltimore, Tampa Bay, where they go to Minnesota on the first road trip of the year. Like, man, no thank you.
The 1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike on Shunk. That brings me back to a couple of years ago. We started in Philly and went to Chicago. Philly was chilly, but not unbearable. Chicago, oh, my goodness.
We had a snow out. Had to go back for one game.
The 2-1. And that slapped foul back over the netting behind home plate, 2-2.
That might be what I look at first every year when the schedule comes out. Where are our first road trips in April? You know, because if you're going to, like, Anaheim and Arizona this year, thumbs up. That's terrific. Or at home a lot.
2-2 pitch. That one in the dirt. And Williams Shunk works the count full.
But if you're going to Colorado or Cleveland or Chicago, I mean, you could be in for it. And at that point, you're expecting a rain out or a snow out and maybe having to return. So I don't mind at all our first road trip being Anaheim and Arizona.
Especially after opening it up at home for the first time in a few years. The 3-2, broken bat roller across the carpet. Lewis charges from third, throws side saddle, and he beats Shunk by a step. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kendry Rojas, who goes 2 2/3 tonight for the Twins. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Braves still in front, a 4-1 lead.
Jeff Francoeur here to talk with you about your car insurance. You got to have it, so you might as well work with a company you can feel good about. As a farmer, I know the value in buying local and eating local. Partnering with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is an investment in your community and in our access to food grown in Georgia. Because they're local, the service and response time is excellent. Get a quote at gfbinsurance.com.
When it comes to shipping, Saia Freight and Logistics delivers a grand slam. As the exclusive freight and logistics partner of the Atlanta Braves, Saia provides comprehensive nationwide service focused on customer satisfaction. For over a century, Saia has delivered the smart solutions and reliable shipping businesses both big and small depend on. When service is everything, it's a yes. Step up to the plate with Saia. Visit Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $180 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $180 more. See store for details.
The original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
Thanks to a 4-run fourth, the Braves will bring a 4-1 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Martin Perez returns for a second inning as the lefty winds and fires a first pitch to Trevor Larnach, and he went fishing. A bad chase there from Larnach. So 0-1. There's been one change defensively for Atlanta. Cody Miller has taken over for Kyle Farmer at third as the pitch misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. No, Martin Perez is not known as a flamethrower, but he averaged 91 on that fastball in that last inning. Averaged a little under 90 miles per hour last season. The 1-1 pitch is bounced foul towards the Braves dugout, just short of it near the on-deck circle. But, Ben, you mentioned Perez's numbers last year. It was limited work, just 10 starts, 11 appearances, but an ERA of .354, that'll play. He gave up just 40 hits in 56 innings. The 1-2. Called, strike 3. He locks up Larnach. Second strikeout for Perez, and he's retired all 4 men he's faced so far tonight.
Knows his body, knows his stuff. Been around the block 2-3 times. He can twist it, spin it, knows how to get outs. and a veteran who is very comfortable in any situation. So it's good to have him out there.
And he's been durable for the most part up until last year. In fact, just 10 starts last season as the first pitch to Jeffers is over for a strike. That was the first time he did not make 20 starts in a full season, so not including 2020. But the first time not making 20 starts since 2018. The 0-1. At the top of the zone for a strike, 0-2. He's coming right at these Twins hitters. He didn't throw a ball in the 5th inning. He's thrown just one here in the 6th. The 34-year-old from Venezuela fires, and Jeffers slices one down the right field line, bending foul into the netting above the sidewall in front of the foul ground berm. Still 0-2. But Perez battled some left elbow inflammation last year. After 4 starts in April, he was out, returned in August, and actually pitched against the Braves. Pitched quite well, went 5 innings, didn't give up an earned run. The 0-2. And this little check swing liner softly out to Shunk, who makes a catch over his shoulder as he was drifting towards center field. Nice play by Shunk out there at second, and 2 quick outs for Perez.
Little action in the Twins bullpen as they have Cole Sands tossing. So we could see him when we go to the 7th, as Rojas has been out there for a while.
So with 2 away and the base is empty, here's Matt Wallner. The pitch from Perez. Over for a strike. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a challenge here coming from Matt Wallner. Thinking it might have missed the zone. Here comes the replay. And that is indeed outside. That is close. I think it's about an inch. So instead, ball 1 to Matt Wallner. Braves leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and into shallow left field. Backpedaling is Miller. He defers to Mateo, makes a 2-hand squeeze. And that is 6 up, 6 down for Martin Perez in relief tonight. We go to the 7th. It's the Braves 4, the Twins 1.
Hey, baseball fans. If you've ever dreamed of going on the ultimate road trip, this one's for you. Grand Slam Getaways offers bucket list bus trips designed for fans who love the game and want to travel in style to multiple major league ballparks. All trips depart from Atlanta and include great tickets, hotels, side trips, and even some player appearances. Tours include at least 2 Atlanta road games, so get ready to root for the road team. Check out this year's trips at grandslam-getaways.com. That's grandslam-getaways.com.
Hey Braves fans, spring and warm weather are officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow Exterminators protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Atlanta Braves, so you know that you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Welcome back to Fort Myers. The Braves with a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Cole Sands, the 6'3" right-hander, 28 years old, out of Tallahassee, Florida, has come on for the Twins. He's spent the last couple of years full-time in the Twins bullpen, pitched to a 4.5 ERA in 72 innings last year, and back in the play-by-play seat, here's Ben Ingram.
Thanks so much, Wiley. Pitch swung on a miss by Jose Azocar. A few other changes. Aaron Sabato is in right field. Alex Jackson is the catcher. Jay Thomason is the third baseman. There's a ball low and outside. You say Rosario is in right field?
Yeah, I know it's 87 out there, and they've got him listed as 87.
All right. That swung on a miss. Yeah, that is Rosario. All right, Kalai Rosario is in right field. Braves on top, 4-1 here in the top of the seventh. Been a really good day for Jose Azocar. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, an RBI. Here it is from Cole Sands. And a ball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You think his parents were big fans of sedimentary rock? Cole Sands. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Jose Azocar. He'll swing and miss. They got him for the first time today. Sands strikes him out. So 1 down here in the 7th inning.
You know, I don't know, Ben, but at least for me, when I hear the name Cole Sands, I just picture just a hulking right-hander walking out of the bullpen. He kind of fits that description. Could use a few more pounds.
What do they list him at?
215.
Okay. Back to the top of the order. Jorge Mateo takes a ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Jorge Mateo. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Braves. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Twins. As we are in the 7th. 1-0 pitch. Mateo takes a fastball as that pops the mid for a strike. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Twins scored their 1 run in the first. Braves scored all 4 of theirs in the 4th. Mateo is 0 for 2, couple of flyouts and a walk. Fastball a little bit too tall for the likes of Mateo. 2 balls and a strike. Twins have used Ober, Hendrick, Rojas 2 times, Stoll, and Sands on the mound. Braves have used Lopez and Perez. 2-1 as the right-hander puts the ball in a black glove right in front of his belt buckle. Swivels and brings a 2-1. Check swing, didn't go. 3-1. Sands out of Florida State University. Went to high school in Tallahassee at North Florida Christian. 28-year-old right-hander. And his 3-1 pitch and a ground ball to third and foul. Just on the other side of the line. New third baseman Jay Thomason knocked it down. Under the lights here at Lee Health Sports Complex in Fort Myers. We have 3 more night games scheduled this spring. 1 on the road and 2 at home. Just about everything else in the daytime here in the Grapefruit League. Mateo digs back in. He's been on once. He walked in the 3rd inning. Steadies his bat behind his right ear, and the 3-2 pitch on the way from Cole Sands. And a high strike 3 call. Mateo knew it. He goes down looking. So 2 down here in the 7th inning. The Braves can hold on and win this game. They would improve to 10-2-1 this spring. And I know that Grapefruit League records aren't the most important thing, but it sure is nice to get hot anywhere. In season, out of season, whatever it may be. It's fun to see win after win, day by day, and the Braves have been doing a lot of winning. Pitch swung on a miss by Tristan English, and a big part of that, the defense has been outstanding throughout games. I mean, we've seen the Braves better than just about every team they've faced defensively. Some good defensive plays made tonight. 0-1, English fouls 1 back.
We have seen some bad defense on the other side, though. Team Columbia a couple of days ago, they really struggled.
They could be a quick out in the WBC.
No kidding.
They were kicking the ball all over the place. (4-1) Braves here in the 7th. 0-2 fouled off by English. Even this past week alone, there was a game against Detroit where they committed a bunch of errors, led to some unearned runs. It's a game against Baltimore where I believe they had 3 errors in a game. And the Braves are able to cash in a bunch of runs because of it. The Braves, be it the starters or the guys who come in as substitutions, really impressive glove work by the Braves. 0-2 on English. Here it comes from Sands. And a pop-up on the infield. That's a mile up there. Just back of third, Jay Thomason straddles the chalk line, makes the catch, and the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. So a good inning for Cole Sands. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Braves.
Are you tired of your food tasting tasty, but somehow not quite tasty enough? That's why the original Louisiana brand hot sauce invented the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppery peppers, tarty vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans who cried because they didn't win. But everyone can win at eating something delicious. with the original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Live with special guests Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at livenation.com and braves.com. Presented by Truist.
The Braves Country Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at braves.com/BravesCountryFest.
Braves 4, Twins 1. Marching into the bottom of the 7th inning, leading it off for the Twins is Cody Clemens. Left-on-left matchup. First pitch from Perez misses low. We appreciate you spending some time with us this evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Delighted to have you aboard for Grapefruit League action. Alongside Wiley Ballard, Ben Ingram here with you from Lee Health Sports Complex in Fort Myers. Comebacker right past the mound, over second, and whistling into center field. And Cody Clemens has a leadoff single. Braves have a bunch of changes out there. The only thing that's the same is the battery of Lopez and Heim. Tristan English came in last inning, so he's out there still. But Cal Connolly is the new second baseman. John Hill is the new shortstop. Cody Miller at third base. Kevin Kilpatrick is the new left fielder. Lisandro Espinoza, the center fielder. Patrick Cloesy is the right fielder. 1 on, no one out for Orlando Arcia. Arcia 1 for 2. He's put a few good swings on him out there. There's a called strike. Had a base hit to left field. And then hit a slicer down the right field line where he was robbed by Deshaun Kiersey. Kiersey made a great defensive play to rob Orlando Arcia all the way back in the 2nd inning. Pickoff over to first base, close play, and he's back in there with a dive. They've got a pinch runner in there. Big lead over there at first base. Here it is from Perez. Hack and a miss by Arcia. It looks like Kalen Culpepper pinch running. Culpepper takes his lead over at first base. To the belt, Perez. 0-2 to Arcia. Fly ball to left field. To his left, Kilpatrick. He sees it, and he's going to drop it. Just about collided with Espinoza. Ball rolls free to third base. Now Culpepper. He gets the green light. Throw from Hill to the plate. Right on the money. They got him. John Hill. What a throw. Out of shallow left field as the cutoff man. He took it from out in deep left center and delivered a bullet to the plate to get Culpepper. What a play. That goes 8-6-2. It was Espinoza who went and fetched it quickly. That was in the air to left center. Espinoza and Kilpatrick just about came together. Wiley, fortunately, they didn't completely collide.
And it's funny, Ben, that might be the closest thing we have seen to a hiccup by the Braves defense this week, and it still turns out to be a great defensive play with the relay. But John Hill, I know they're excited about him as a prospect, but not only was that a strong throw, it was perfectly accurate.
Runner at second, 1 out for Austin Martin. Pitch swung on and missed by Martin. Looks like another pinch runner out there. Yeah, the new runner for the Twins is Gabriel Gonzalez. Okay, they're changing the ruling on that play. There's a ball low. They're saying that was Kilpatrick that threw the ball in, not Espinoza. So 7-6-2, the ruling on the out at home plate. And it is a double for Arcia. One from Perez. In tight, just about hit him in the elbow. Well, the third base coach, Ramon Borrego, didn't hesitate. He was sending his runner, Culpepper, all the way. He knew it would take a perfect throw to get him, and that's exactly what John Hill delivered. 2-1 from Perez. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I know there was nobody out in the inning, so the book would tell you don't send them, but again, that was an impressive throw there from John Hill.
That was, I mean, he's a good 25 feet back of the infield cutout. A lot to like about John Hill, just 19 years old. 2-2 pitch, low it inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I can tell you this much. I didn't look like that when I was 19.
I've never looked like that in my life.
So, yeah, that makes 2 of us. He really has filled out over the last 12 months.
3-2 on Martin. He bats 9th in the order. Payoff pitch low and in for ball 4. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
This is the home of the Braves. WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station. The Fan, 680 and 93.7 FM.
Alex Jackson coming up to the plate now for the Twins. Tanner Schobel is the pinch runner. He takes over for Austin Martin. So put it, Gonzalez at second base. Schobel is at first base. All right, the bat in the hands of Alex Jackson. 4-1 Braves here in the 7th. Perez could use a ground ball, turn 2, get out of this mess. Southpaw goes back to work. Yanked down the left field line. That'll hook foul towards the Twins bullpen. Alongside Wiley Ballard. Ben Ingram here with you in the bottom of the 7th. It's the first time the Twins have really had anything going since the 3rd inning. It had 1 base runner between the 4th, 5th, and 6th. There's a ball low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Jackson, former Brave, now in the Twins organization. He would be followed by Kalai Rosario, as he is on deck right now. Ball and a strike, offering on the way low and inside. Remember, Alex Jackson, Braves had traded for him. He was Mariners, Braves, Marlins. I believe he spent some time with the Rays as well. Now in the Twins organization. 2 balls and a strike on Jackson, former first-round pick. Perez brings it. Nothing wrong with that. Fastball over for a strike.
Yeah, spent last year with the Orioles. Getting in about 35 or so games, 100 plate appearances.
How old is Alex?
He is 30.
Okay. 2-2 pitch, and he hit it. Came low and in with a breaking ball, got him in the foot. And that's going to load the bases. So suddenly Perez into some trouble. He had a 1-2-3 5th. He had a 1-2-3 6th. And just think about where he'd be if it's not for that great play by Hill to get the out of the plate a moment ago.
No question about it. And with a guy like Perez, I mean, he knows as well as anybody, but you've really got to be fine with your command. You've got a fastball in the low 90s, and you're counting on getting guys off balance.
Bases loaded. First pitch swung on, missed by Kalai Rosario. Showed him a breaking ball in that first pitch. Kyler Fedko is on deck. So a lot of these guys coming to the plate for the first time as they just came in defensively at the top of the inning. Dribbled foul by Kalai Rosario. "4-1 Braves, but that's being threatened here in the bottom of the 7th. Just a very slight breeze out to left, just enough to stir the flags. Twins have them loaded. They've completely surrounded Perez. His 0-2 pitch. In tight. Heim popped up as if to throw down to third base. Held on to it. Runner at third is Gonzalez. Runner at second is Schobel. And the runner at first base is Jackson. Now Perez trying to get himself through this jam here in the bottom of the seventh. Southpaw deals the 1-2, and he just missed. Derek Thomas, home plate umpire, popped up like he was about to ring him up. But it is ball 2, and the count even. Perez calmly looking into his catcher. Swivels and brings a 2-2, blew it by him. Swung on, missed. I mean, just challenged him. Went up in the zone, gets the strikeout, 2 down here in the inning.
I know this is a spring training game, but I did think it does speak to how much Jeremy Hefner trusts Martin Perez. No mound visit, anything like that. And keep in mind, they were together in 2019 with the Twins.
Yeah, big opportunity for Martin. Trying to work through a spring training jam. There's Kyler Fedko, right-handed batter. First pitch to Fedko misses high. He took over in center field in the top of the inning. First time that we've seen Fedko at the plate. Braves leading by 3 runs. Fedko waits the lefty. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In for a strike. Good breaking ball at the top of the zone. Fedko, 26 years old, out of UConn. Made it as high as AAA last season. He spent 42 games with AAA St. Paul. Hit .268 there in the International League. 1-1 from Perez. Popped up, spinning back out of play. That'll be a foul ball. But a 1-2 count on Fedko. And now with one more good bullet, Perez could work his way through this jam. Thanks to a terrific throw by John Hill, the Twins have yet to score this inning. And Perez trying to make sure that they remain frustrated and stay off the board. Ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ready to go to work. Reaches back and brings it. Line shot out to Hill. Takes it on one bounce. Flips over to second. They get the force out of the incoming Jackson. And thanks to John Hill's defense, the Twins are turned away there in the 7th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. We played 7. We go to the 8th. 4-1 Braves.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to stay with it, Emery's got your back, or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. Our sports medicine specialists treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play. That's the Emory difference. Make an appointment at emeryhealthcare.org/sports.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Are you passionate about healthcare? South College offers a Bachelor of Science or an Associate of Science in Nursing program that could be your path to making a real difference. And after completing your program, you'll be eligible to take the NCLEX RN exam. South College offers modern nursing labs, simulation labs with viewing rooms, computer labs, student center study areas, and more. Visit south.edu today to learn more about South College's Atlanta or Marietta campus. South College, where dreams find direction.
Braves with the lead over the Twins, 4-1 after surviving what was a shaky bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th, and Ivan Romero, a right-hander from Phoenix, Arizona, made his professional debut last year with the Fort Myers Miracle. He has come on in relief here at Lee Health Sports Complex. This will be his 3rd appearance of the spring. He's given up 3 runs in an inning and a third so far.
All right, Kalen Culpepper remains in the game, goes to shortstop. And Tanner Scoble remains in the game at second base. There's Jonah Heim. First pitch to him in for a called strike. Remember, it was Kalen Culpepper who was caught out of the plate there at the bottom of the 7th. And he's out there at shortstop now. A few other changes we'll get to. There's a called strike. Gabe Gonzalez is in left field. And like I mentioned, Scoble at second base. That should be everybody. Braves with a 4-1 lead in the top of the 8th. Righty-lefty matchup. Jonah Heim, the switch-hitting catcher, batting from the left side. Takes the ball low. Got an ABS challenge here on that last call. The Twins want to challenge that for a strike. It's called a ball. And that is indeed a ball. It'll be confirmed. So make it a 1-2 count on Heim. Jonah 2 for 3 in the game, couple singles and a run scored. Getting a peek here at the right-hander Romero. Romero bent at the waist, right arm hanging by his side. Now he straightens, ball in a black glove. Right-hander brings it. This is high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mention that we're coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida. And it's just over an hour from our spring training facility in Northport down here to Lee Health Sports Complex where the Twins train. There's a 2-2 pitch. Fouled back just under us. Fort Myers this week had the strangest news story I've seen maybe this year. This happened on Monday. There was a man arrested here in Fort Myers. And I'm reading the story, and I'm thinking, is this true? Is this some kind of gag story? 2-2 pitch, fouled back again. On Monday, local police here found a 33-year-old man disoriented and sunburned severely on the Sanibel Causeway. And they took him in, and man, did he have a story to tell. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jonah Heim. Ivan Romero brings it. That's going to be punched to the left side. Sliding stop by the third baseman. Thomason up with it, sends it over, bang, bang play, and they got him. Very good play by Jay Thomason. And 1 down here in the 8th inning. This 33-year-old who they had stumbling across the Sanibel Causeway claimed he was abducted by a pod of dolphins and was forced to labor on an elaborate underwater construction project. This is all in the news this week down here in Florida. 1 down for Brewer Hicklin. There's a ball inside. In recounting the story to the local police, he said, quote, "They nudged me deeper and away from the shore, and before I knew it, I was about 40 feet down in the Gulf, helping them build a full-scale aquatic habitat." 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss. I'll take what he's having. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, in his defense, I mean, dolphins are known as the smartest animal in the ocean, right?
Well, he said that they're communicating to him through telepathy and provided him oxygen so he could stay underwater and help with the underwater construction project. Pitch will be swung on and missed. This is a true story. I was just reading about it yesterday. Happened right here in Fort Myers on Monday. I can't even imagine what that guy got into over the course of the weekend. 2 balls and a strike on Brewer Hicklin. Hicklin pulls 1 foul on the third baseline.
If I'm the Fort Myers Miracle this year, I'd get a bobblehead done after that guy. Little dolphins in there.
Yeah, dolphins with construction hats,
Yeah,
like hard hats
exactly.
on dolphins.
That might be a promotional night for the Fort Myers Miracle.
That would be a
Or for
great
the
one.
Muscles, I should say.
Yeah. Braves leading 4-1 here in the top of the 8th. 2-1 pitch. Strike 3. It was a 2-2 pitch as the scoreboard is off a pitch. Hicklin goes down looking. 2 down here in the 8th inning.
I'm just flattered when you read that your first thought was this Wiley?
Well, that's the thing. I work with a good amount of guys that could have fit that description. You wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm 32, not 33. So,
Right.
of course, you knew it wasn't me.
Yeah, 1 year off from you being the top suspect. There's a ball inside. I mean, that sounds like just an average Friday night for Darren O'Day.
You could argue it might even be a Wednesday or a Thursday night.
No doubt about it. 1-0 to Cody Miller. And he's late. He swings and misses. Cody took over at third base for Kyle Farmer. This is his first trip to the plate. There's the 1-1 pitch. That's high, 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, you might get a strange story like that here and there in Florida, but peace and quiet for the most part. It's a good place to be for 6 weeks. Good warm weather and some good baseball, getting ready for another season. 2-1 on Miller. Here it comes from Romero, and he misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. You ever spent any time in Arizona for spring training?
No.
I haven't either. Well, take that back. We had the 2 exhibitions there last year. But that's it. No real time in bouncing around facility to facility. Swung on, missed, 3-2.
I've been told you spend less time in the car.
Yeah, a lot less.
Spring training,
a lot less. Everybody more centrally located there in the Cactus League. Bases empty, 2 down, and the 3-2. Little floater into center. That'll drop in for a base hit. Cody Miller with a single with 2 down here in the 8th inning. Yeah, I was really impressed with that facility last year. We got to finish spring training playing the Cubs at their Peoria spring training site. I believe it's called Sloan Field. And had the 2 games there before we started the season in San Diego. So for a good chunk of us, that's the only spring training facility in the Cactus League any of us have seen. 2 down for John Hill. Hill takes a ball low.
I remember talking to Snit about that when they got to San Diego, asking what do you think of spring training in Arizona, and he said, well, I've never been there before, been doing this nearly 50 years. He was impressed.
Yeah, it was a great facility. John Hill homered in this ballpark last week. Kickoff over to first base, and back with a dive is Miller. Had a split squad, I should say, earlier this week. Had a split squad earlier this week where the Braves were hosting the Rays, and then the other half of the team was down here facing the Twins. And the game here ended up in a 2-2 tie thanks to a homer that Hill hit in the 9th inning. 1-0 to Hill, missed inside. And John right now is the reason that it's still a 3-run lead for the Braves, thanks to his great defensive play for an out at the plate in the 7th inning.
He can impact the game in a lot of ways.
Hitters count here. Runner goes, 2-0 pitch. That'll miss outside. Throw down to second base. 1 opposite the bag and late. That's a stolen base for Cody Miller. So now base hit could make it a 5-1 game with the wheels of Miller at second. Talking about Hill, you get to this time of year, and sure, it's about the major league players getting ready for another season, but for a lot of us who cover the big league team every day, we get a chance to watch these prospects and lay eyes on them for the first time. Here's the 3-0 pitch on the way to Hill. He's swinging, fouls one back. Because during the season, all Hill will be to a lot of us are statistics on a page or maybe a story that you heard. We don't get to watch him night in, night out. And of all the young prospects the Braves have, be it position players or pitchers, I've been as impressed with Hill as anybody that we've seen. 3-1, he'll send one foul. And that's a strong statement because we've seen J.R. Ritchie look outstanding. We've seen Murphy and Ballman look great on the mound. But I'd put Hill on that same list in terms of guys I'm equally as excited about in the organization. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here it is from Romero. And he chases a high fastball and missed it, and that's strike 3. So the Braves leave a runner stranded at second base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-1 Braves.
Strike 3.
Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My team will fight for you and stick with you from start to finish, working hard to get your money quick. Give our team a call. 404-CALL-KEN. One call, that's all. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, attorneys at law, 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
Xfinity Tech Support. I can't get Jurassic Park back online without... But no worries. Our Wi-Fi boosted mobile keeps you connected in all kinds of places.
Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a trick knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics. With leading care in Georgia at convenient locations all across the state, we're here to get you back on your feet, no matter what comes your way. Because Georgia moves us, and we keep Georgia moving. Find a provider near you at northside.com/ortho. That's northside.com/ORTHO.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables. See them all at braves.com/promos.
The bottom of the 8th, Braves with a 4-1 lead over the Minnesota Twins, and lefty Hayden Harris has come on in relief for the Braves. Turned 27 years old on Monday, and he has struck out more than half the batters he's faced this spring.
Aaron Sabato there to greet him. First pitch swinging. He just rattled the cage of new catcher Jair Camargo. That came right back into the mask. He's all right. So Aaron Sabato up to the plate. They've got Ricky Castro on deck. There's a call strike. Take that back. That's Jay Thomason. Beg your pardon. (4-1) Braves here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-1 pitch. There's a called strike. How much do you love Derek Shelton for none of these changes being straight up?
He's not in the top tier of my favorite managers across the game. I'll put it that way.
Have you double checking and triple checking your scorebook the whole way through? Who is where? 1-2 on Aaron Sabato. Hayden Harris brings it. That'll be roped down the left field line towards the corner, down for a fair ball, going to the wall. Extra base is coming for Aaron Sabato, sending it in Kevin Kilpatrick. That's off the mark. And backing up the play, second baseman Cal Conley had to go to shallow right center field to take the throw. So a double by Sabato.
I don't know, though, Ben. I mean, these types of changes and trying to keep track of this kind of feels like PFP for broadcasters.
It very much is. You're so right. We'll get to the regular season, and keeping score all of a sudden becomes extremely easy. Jay Thomason, the batter. Thomason, left-handed hitter. He'll swing and send one foul. I think we use more correction tape during spring training than we do the entire season.
And I think there are more subs in a week at spring training than you'll have in a month or two at in regular season.
I use the Bic Whiteout, and we could use them to sponsor all of our spring training broadcasts because we use the heck out of them. Easy Correct Tape by Bic Whiteout. That's in for a strike, 0-2.
Use the old-fashioned pencil. And eraser.
Yep. See if Harris can notch himself a strikeout. He can. Got him. Thomason go down looking. Hit the outside corner of that pitch. And he rings up Thomason. Inning will continue now for Hendry Mendez. This is the DH spot. Inkin Mendez onto the scorebook. 4-1 Braves, bottom of the 8th. That'll be chopped to the left side. Charging Hill. Bends over. Scoops. Fires. Got him. Thomason just struck out. Mendez grounds out over to third base for Sabato. Mendez right out from under his helmet going into first base. He was trying his best to get there. Good play by Hill.
Ben, you mentioned that you felt like John Hill's made the strongest impression on you over the first 3 weeks or so of spring training. I think if this is the first game of spring training you were watching, you would say he's one of the sharper-looking prospects for the Braves tonight. That great throw from shallow left center and fine play coming in there.
This ball low and inside. We've seen him play a few different positions. And he's only 19 years old, and who knows what he's going to look like a year from now, 3 years from now, etc. He looks like the kind of guy who could bulk up significantly. I mean, he could really fill out and look extremely strong. And I wonder where they envision him at the next level, be it third base or shortstop. We've seen him play both this spring. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a ball high. Because right now they have him listed, I believe, at 6 feet, 175. And even that seems light to me.
I'd second that.
Two-0 just misses outside. $7,044 in attendance. Yeah, they've got him listed at 6 feet, 175. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be well over 200. 3-0 pitch, and he misses for ball 4. So Culpepper's aboard. So he'll be 20 years old in May, and the way that he looks like he could easily be a 6'1", 225-pound player. So I'm curious where he's gonna project into the big leagues, shortstop or third base. Either way, you're getting a really good player with a strong arm.
Question is going to be, can he maintain that range if he does bulk up? And that'll probably dictate whether or not he stays at short or moves to third. But like you said, left side infielder, good defense, good power, lots of like there.
Gabriel Gonzalez is the batter. Braves leading 4-1, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Runners at the corners. Called strike on Gonzalez. It was Gonzalez who hit the double to left center last inning. And Hill, the cutoff man on that play, threw down to the plate and got Kalen Culpepper trying to score from first base. 0-1. Pitch on the way from Harris. Fouled off over the first base dugout into the seats. It rolls around an empty chair and then becomes a souvenir eventually. Good Friday night crowd, just over 7,000. Zach Kent is tossing in the Twins bullpen. Harris exhales. Swiftly deals to the plate. Check swing, and he did go. So he gets Gonzalez on the check swing, and a nice job by Harris working through the jam there in the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We've completed 8. We're off to the 9th inning. 4-1 Braves.
Hey, this is Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers. People ask me all the time, what does it mean to be the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves? And it means a lot to the Solomon family. I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia, and more importantly, I'm a Southeast kid. And the Atlanta Braves have meant everything to me growing up. They're a fabric of their community. We believe we're a fabric of this community. And being associated with the Atlanta Braves has truly been an honor, and we really appreciate it. Go Braves.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Live with special guest Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com and Braves.com. Presented by Truist.
Give me directions to Cool Today Park.
Getting directions. Would you like to add a racetrack freeze blast to your route?
Oh, yes, please.
Updating route. Now getting on fast track.
Amazing.
Don't let a pregame pit stop slow you down. Take the racetrack route and get on the fast track to game day with a cold, refreshing freeze blast. Racetrack, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves at spring training.
Top of the 9th inning, Braves with a 4-1 lead over the Minnesota Twins. Zach Kent, the right-hander from Virginia Military Institute, VMI. And now 28 years old. So far this spring, he has made 1 appearance. It was a scoreless inning. This will be his 2nd here in the 9th.
7-8-9 coming up with the Braves, starting with Lisandro Espinosa. Right-on-right matchup. And And he comes unraveled to the first pitch, swinging and missing. Kent made it to the big leagues last season, made a dozen appearances, I should say, for Cleveland. There's a fly ball to center. Kyler Fedko tracking. He's under it, looking up into the floor tonight. Drifting in, makes the catch. One away here in the ninth inning.
Looked like he was mostly in mop-up duty last year for Cleveland. 12 games in relief. He finished 11 of them, but no saves.
Probably the best 12 games of his life.
Yeah, no question.
One out for Cal Conley. Braves scored all 4 of their runs in the 4th inning. Conley takes the ball high. And the Twins score their 1 run in the 1st inning. And that has been it. Base is empty, 1 down. That'll be fouled off by Cal Conley. So the Braves have the lead and some insurance. I believe Cody Miller is on deck for the Braves. Oh, he's batting in the 5 spot. There's the 1-1. Check swing, did not go. Maybe Patrick Cloesy. Yeah, that's Patrick Cloesy batting 9th. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss by Conley. Make it 2-2. Twins in the 9th will have 9, 1, and 2 coming up. So the Braves will carry at least a 3-run lead into the bottom of the 9th. Right-hander Kent, right at the belt. There's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing. The appeal. He did go, says John Lipka, third base umpire. So 2 down here in the inning. All right, I've got a question for you. Yep. This might be a homework assignment. You said that Zach Kent went to VMI.
Yes.
What is their mascot or their team nickname?
I think it's Cadets.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was just sitting there thinking, I don't know if I can place that in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you pronounce it, right? Cadets?
Yeah.
Cadets?
Okay. Yep. VMI Cadets. There's a ball low and outside to Patrick Cloesy.
Called some Southern Conference baseball in my day.
You've had a few VMI games?
Yeah, I have. Known more for their bats than their pitching.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Ball outside to Cloesy. 2 balls and no strikes. You got some college baseball coming up, don't you?
Sure do. Got Texas hosting Ole Miss for their SEC opener next weekend. I imagine I know who you're rooting for in that one.
Yeah. Always hotty-toddy for me. That'll be grounded foul into the end of the Braves dugout. But that'll be fun. That'll be a huge series.
I think it'll be Ole Miss's first trip to Austin, given that Texas joined the league last year. Is that right? It's been 2 years now, hadn't it? Never mind, I take that back. They might have gone.
There's the 2-1 pitch on the way to Patrick Cloesy. He'll swing and miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's a great program over there in Texas, obviously. SEC is fun every single weekend. So many great series every single weekend. 4-1 Braves here in the 9th. Righty-lefty matchup. Here it is from the right-hander Kent. Cloesy tips that into the mitt for strike 3. Pretty impressive inning for Zach Kent. And a 1-2-3 ninth. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Braves 4, Twins 1.
Hey guys, it's Chris Domino. Have you noticed cracks in your walls or around doors or windows? Or how about cracks in your bricks outside? That means it's time to pick up the phone and call the only foundation repair company in Atlanta with professional engineers on staff. Engineered Solutions of Georgia, they offer lifetime warranties from trusted professionals who will fix it right the first time. And they're a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Do not wait until it's too late. Call 678-ESOG now.
Dial 678-ESOG now.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Attention Braves country, get ready for Braves Country Fest, starring Cody Johnson. Live with special guests Ella Langley. Come on, baby. Plus Ernest and Mackenzie Carpenter. Saturday, June 13th, Truist Park. Get tickets now at livenation.com and braves.com. Presented by Truist.
All value games at Truist Park get you $15 tickets, $10 parking, food and beverage offers, and more. Learn more at braves.com/value.
Braves take a 4-1 lead at the bottom of the ninth, and they'll look to Blaine Abeda to close it out. The 6'3" right-hander from Martinez, California, 27 years old, coming off a strong year at AA with the Columbus Clingstones, an ERA of 2.29 in 51 innings. He struck out 68 batters.
Facing 9-1-2, starting with Tanner Scoble. Right-on-right matchup, and the first pitch on the way from Blaine Abeda. There's a strike on the inside corner. If the Braves win this game, and you count the exhibition game versus Columbia the other day, that would be a 7-game winning streak for the Braves down here. Been a good week. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ball low. The last time the Braves lost was last Thursday on the 26th of February, losing to the Yankees. All right, we have an ABS challenge here. The Braves want to challenge that ball call. Waiting on the result, and that will be confirmed. Just missed low. Yeah, last Friday, Braves beat the Red Sox. Saturday, beat the Orioles. Had a win over the Rays on Sunday. Beat the Tigers Monday. Beat Columbia Wednesday. And beat the Blue Jays yesterday. 1-1. That's tipped foul. And a 1-2 count.
And I know Grapefruit League wins and losses stats aren't very good at giving any foreshadowing to what happens in the regular season, but I can promise you, you're in a locker room that's won 7 in a row, beats a heck of a lot, or beats a locker room having lost 7 in a row. You're looking around saying, "Oh, this doesn't matter, guys." But
yeah, well, it's
fun. Win a couple, yeah, no doubt.
You got a brand new staff, brand new manager. That'll be fouled back. They're undefeated in March. Last loss is on February 26th. 1-2 on Tanner Scoble. Ready with it, Abeda. Kicks and fires. Got his man. He swings and misses that breaking ball low and away, and one down here in the 9th inning. Back to the top of the order to Alex Jackson. Oh, for the spring session, this is the last time we have you with us?
Yes.
Okay. But you got more work coming up on television here in the spring, right?
Yep, tomorrow, and then 3 of the last 4 home games.
Okay. And who are you working with tomorrow? CJ?
CJ.
Very good. Alex Jackson takes a ball low. So, folks, you'll have Wiley and CJ on TV. You'll have myself and Nick Green on radio.
I half expect Nick Green to show up tomorrow a little red in the face.
I hope so. You know, he's got the family here. Mm-hmm. I'm sure today was a big beach day. Beta ready. Over the top. That's in for a strike. He was probably sweating it out all day, wondering how much money it was going to cost him to have a full day at the beach.
That does sound like Greeny.
He's just seeing dollar signs today. 1-1 on Jackson. Beta brings it. That swung on, missed. 1-2. Bases empty, 1 down, bottom of the 9th. Braves leading 4-1 over the Twins. It was 1-0 Minnesota at the end of 1, and it stayed 1-0 until the 4th. And the Braves delivered 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning, and that's been it. Beta cuts it loose, and he goes upstairs and gets a swing and miss versus Jackson. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. The Braves need 1 more out to put another one in the win column. Kalani Rosario climbs into the right-hand batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The Braves hold on and win it. Twins would fall to 3-9-1 this spring. And the Braves had improved to 10-2-1. Rosario swings and misses. You count the exhibition versus Columbia, it'd be 11-2-1. So a lot of winning for the Braves here in this camp. Try to keep it rolling tomorrow versus Baltimore. Beda's 0-1 pitch, low and outside. All this tonight with Lopez, Perez, Harris, and Abeda on the mound for the Braves. Reynaldo Lopez, 4 innings, 1 run, 4 hits allowed, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He looked good. He said that velo was bumped up from the last go-round. There's a 1-1 pitch. Chopped off the plate, foul down the third base line. 1-2, and they're down to their final strike. Then we saw Martin Perez, 3 innings, no runs, 2 hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. A scoreless inning from Hayden Harris. And with 1 more strike, it'd be a scoreless 9th inning put together by Blaine Abeda. Time called by the batter. This game really swung towards the Braves' favor without out of the plate in the 7th inning on the throw by Hill to the plate. That just deflated any chances the Twins had from there on out. 1-2 pitch. It's high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Twins are trying to put something together down there in the 7th inning. And a great play made by Hill for an out at the plate. Completely changed the fate of the inning and maybe the game. Abeda's 2-2. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, at that point, the first 4 Twins hitters had reached. It looked like a run would score and that the bases were going to be loaded potentially for Minnesota, and ultimately they left them that way without scoring.
That was a nice job by Perez that inning. Count runs full. And the 3-2. Fouled back. He lives to see 1 more pitch. This crowd of over 7,000, most of them still here. A lot of Braves fans here tonight. In search of 1 more out to put this thing in the win column. Abeda comes set right at the belly. Righty spins it up there. And he misses low and inside for ball 4. 2-out walk puts Rosario aboard, then keeps it alive for Kyler Fedko. Fedko hit into a fielder's choice that ended the 7th inning. That went 6-4 on that putout to get Jackson to win the 7th. Well, Blaine Abeda looking to bear down, find a way to get 1 more out. Facing the right-handed batter, Kyler Fedko. First pitch is a fastball low and outside. Blaine Abeda, 27 years old, out of University of Nevada, Reno. It's a visit from his catcher, Jair Camargo. We were talking about Abeda earlier, so many years in the Yankee organization. And last year spent just about all the season with Double-A Columbus.
Had himself a fun winter, too, pitching in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, good place to be for the winter months. 6'3", 220-pound right-hander. Kyler Fedko pinwheels the bat. Steadies it on his right shoulder. Now tapping the right shoulder as a timing mechanism. 1-0 pitch popped up. Coming back behind the plate. Camargo will see that go into the seats. And a 1-1 count on Fedko. Spelled F-E-D-K-O. Kyler Fedko. 4-1 Braves, bottom of the 9th. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. Offering from Abeda. Soft little pop-up left side of the infield. Who's under it? John Hill. He's got it, and the Braves won again. They've won 7 in a row here in the Grapefruit League. Been a good week for the Twins in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. Final score, Braves 4, Twins 1. Back with the totals after this.
Hi, it's
If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia Zone Credit Union can help. Open an all-access checking account from Georgia Zone, and you'll get access to more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide. And get paid up to 2 days early. Best of all, for a limited time, earn a welcome bonus when you open a new all-access checking account. To learn more, visit georgiazone.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm proud to be one of Georgia's own.
Georgia Zone is federally insured by the NCUA. Restrictions apply. Visit georgiazone.org for complete details.
Visit the spring home for your Atlanta Braves, not far from the #1 beach in the U.S. Take a road trip to Northport in Sarasota County, Florida for wide-open outdoor adventures and lots of family-friendly fun. You can even dine at the Tomahawk Tiki Bar at Cool Today Park and see the Braves spring training stadium. Check it all out at visitsarasota.com and start planning today. That's visitsarasota.com.
Have you ever wondered if there was something special you could put on your food to make it even better? There is, and it's called the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce, perfectly blending zesty peppers, tangy vinegar, and salty salt. The Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce makes curly fries into curl your toes fries, and every plate of nachos into nacho heck yeah. Only the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
The Braves Country Music Fest at Truist Park is June 13th, featuring Cody Johnson, Ella Langley, and more. Get tickets at braves.com/BravesCountryFest.
Well, the first night game of the spring for the Braves goes in the win column as they take down the Twins 4-1 here at Lee Health Sports Complex. Braves have now won 7 straight. Let's take a look at the totals. Braves 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 men left on base. The Twins 1 run, 7 hits, no errors, and 11 men left on base. The Braves improve to 10-2-1 in Grapefruit League play. The Twins fall to 3-9-1. Geraldo Lopez goes 4 innings and improves to 2-0. Kendry Rojas gives up all 4 runs tonight. He falls to 1-1. And Blaine Abeda picks up his first save of the spring. It was a brisk 2 hours and 37 minutes. And on a lovely Friday evening here in Fort Myers, there were 7,044 inside the ballpark tonight. We'll take a look at tomorrow's showdown against the Baltimore Orioles back at Cool Today Park. Back in a moment on the Radio Network.
This spring and summer, the world's biggest names in soccer are coming to downtown Atlanta. Stay where the city gathers at Omni Atlanta Hotel at Centennial Park, just steps away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium and State Farm Arena. Skip the traffic when you stay with easy access to dining, entertainment, and the energy of Centennial Yards District. Book now and take advantage of special seasonal offers now before it's too late. Plan your spring and summer staycation at omnihotels.com/Atlanta.